Essential Travel Guide. Save money and time while experiencing the world. Acknowledgement. To everyone who was part of the vision for this guide, thank you. Your encouragement, input, and unfaltering excitement made it possible to bring this book to life. Project is a representation of our shared values, curiosity, connection, and the desire to sensibly experience the world. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for bringing the Essential Travel Guide. Save money and time while experiencing the world. Travel isn't about how far you go, but how deeply you live. All travels are made more meaningful when you spend less, waste nothing, and open yourself to the world with intention. Go smarter, go further, live greater. Introduction. Welcome to the Save Money and Time While Experiencing the World Essential Travel Guide. A guide that is not just for travelers, but for thinkers, dreamers, and doers who believe the world is designed to be discovered on purpose, not in a rush. In our fast-paced, high-tech world, travel has never been more convenient, yet also never more overwhelming. With skyrocketing costs, jammed-up schedules, and infinite online advice, it's no wonder you feel bewildered before you've even left home. That's why I'm writing this book. My task as the author is straightforward: to make you a wiser traveler. To give you the tools that cut waste, save time, and let you see more, feel more, and worry less. Whether you're a solo traveler, or a couple away on a break, a remote worker on the move, or a family planning your perfect adventure, this is your concise guide to making better decisions and having richer experiences. But this is more than a money-saving manual. It's about creating real value in your journey by traveling with intention, connecting with local cultures, finding offbeat experiences, and making each moment count. You'll learn how to plan efficiently, budget wisely, pack smartly, stay safe, and make memories that matter, without breaking the bank or wasting time. I believe that every traveler should receive something more than an experience. They should receive transformation. And that is achieved not through paying more, but through traveling smart. So let's travel. Let's save time. Let's save money. And above all, let's live in the world in a way that really counts. Travel doesn't have to cost a fortune, but it can make you feel like a millionaire. Introduction to Smart Travel. Smart travel is not only about finding low-fare flights or booking the best hotel deals. It's about developing the right mindset. The smart traveler realizes that how one approaches a trip can significantly impact the experience both financially and mentally. It's not a matter of pinching pennies or being cheap wherever possible. It's a matter of making smart choices that align with your goals, whether it's experiencing new cultures, creating long-lasting memories, or simply taking your well-deserved holiday without losing your shirt. In this chapter, we'll examine the mindset of a smart traveler and the key attitudes and behaviors that will allow you to handle your trip with confidence, sparing you time, money, and stress. Travel isn't only about where you go, it's about the journey and how you create it. By shifting your attitude, you can maximize your travels, from saving money on the road to the joy of being in new places. Why planning matters. Intelligent travel's most vital component is planning. It sounds hackneyed, but it bears repeating. Good planning allows you to make well-reasoned, well-planned decisions that save you money and time. The more you plan, the less you'll be caught off guard by unexpected expenses or missed opportunities. Planning isn't just booking your flight or hotel. Planning involves thinking through the unique requirements of your destination: visas, safety, customs, and cost. Planning in advance enables you to structure your itinerary, prioritize what's most crucial, and make the journey less stressful and more productive upon arrival. This is how you plan like a travel pro. Break the trip down. Start by subdividing your trip into mini-tasks: flight booking, lodging, activities, money. Focusing on each section at a time prevents being overwhelmed and enables you to address all areas. Set clear goals. What do you want to do on your trip? Be it relaxation, adventure, or cultural immersion, clear goals ensure that you end up creating an itinerary that serves to bring your vision of the trip to life. Avoid last-minute stress. Procrastination can lead to rushed decisions, higher costs, and a less enjoyable experience. By staying ahead of your planning, you'll avoid last-minute price hikes, limited availability, or overly packed schedules. Traveling with flexibility. Although having plans is important, it's just as vital to be flexible. Travel is an unpredictable business. Flights get held up, the weather turns, or even things don't quite work out as planned. The intelligent traveler is aware of flexibility and takes these setbacks in stride as part of the experience. Why flexibility is essential. Take surprise opportunities. The most unforgettable moments sometimes arise from the most unplanned of circumstances. A whim hike, an impromptu encounter with locals, or a detour to a hidden gem within the city. Flexibility provides you with the ability to put your trip's turning point in the limelight. Dealing with setbacks, flight delays, weather cancellations, or last-minute cancellations are bound to happen. Rather than getting upset, step back and rethink the situation. What is the new best plan? Maybe you have an extra day to see something or a chance to try something different. Flexibility keeps worry at bay. Structuring and spontaneity, a balance between structuring an outline and time for spontaneous adventures, will create a more rewarding experience. Having an open-ended itinerary is great, but with some flexibility, you will be able to harness the spontaneity. Common travel myths. One of the biggest hindrances to being an intelligent traveler is falling prey to common travel myths. These myths can limit your experience, create unnecessary stress, and prevent you from finding new opportunities. Let's debunk some of these myths to help you travel more intelligently. Myth 1. Travel is always expensive. Even though luxury travel can be costly, there are very affordable options for the smart traveler. By planning and researching well, you are able to get affordable flights, accommodations, and activities. Being a smart traveler is all about knowing where to look and how to avoid common traps that jack up costs. Myth 2. You have to stay in luxury hotels. The majority of tourists believe that the only way to have an unforgettable experience is by lodging at 5-star hotels. Well, there exist numerous budget-friendly accommodations where one can experience the local culture, from comfortable hostels to holiday apartments, where you get to live like a native and save money. Myth 3. You can't have fun on a budget. Intelligent travelers know that experiences typically cost nothing or very little. Exposing yourself to new cultures, indulging in street food, or simply strolling within a foreign city can give you memories much bigger than expensive activities. The secret is giving top priority to the experiences that fit within your values and interest. Myth 4. You need to plan every detail. While organization is required, over-planning takes away time from the spontaneity and freedom that create memorable travel experiences. Don't plan out every waking moment. Leave space for unplanned discoveries, resting, and unanticipated adventures. Myth 5. More expensive means better. Most travelers believe that the more money they spend, the better their experience will be. Actually, the best travel experiences are cheapest. Quality is in experiences and not in expense prices. Creating a growth mindset for travel. The astute traveler also has a growth mindset. Travel is a special time for personal development, learning, and challenge mastery. Accept all of the journey as an opportunity to grow, no matter if it's going through a new language, immersion in new culture, or venturing out of your comfort zone. Having a growth mindset includes embracing challenges. When things don't go as planned, rather than seeing it as a setback, view it as an opportunity to learn and grow. You'll be better equipped to handle the unpredictable aspects of travel. Remaining open-minded, travel gives you the chance to be exposed to various perspectives, cultures, and experiences. Practice curiosity and receptivity to learning about each new location. This will give you access to experiences you would not have otherwise considered. Paying attention to mistakes as lessons, every traveler makes errors. Maybe getting lost, misunderstanding local customs, or forgetting vital items. Smart travelers turn such moments into lessons, not repeating them, but learning from the experience. Conclusion: adopt the smart traveler mindset. The attitude of a smart traveler is the beginning of making your trips more fulfilling, cost-effective, and enjoyable. It's planning ahead, being adaptable, and eliminating myths that prevent you from having a wealth of travel experience. When you embark on your travels, remember it's less about where you travel. It's the way you travel. By creating the proper attitude, you're setting yourself up for the adventure of a lifetime, one that is not only richer but also wiser. Later, we'll discuss how to avoid wasting money on your travels and how you can get the most out of every dollar and every day. World travel is not necessarily about depleting your savings account. A smart traveler can trade off the thrill of discovery against the necessity of staying within budget. While traveling is costly, there are many ways of staying within your budget without lowering the quality of your experiences. This chapter focuses on how to refrain from overspending, detect hidden costs, and use smart strategies to get the best value for money. Seeing hidden costs. One of the largest travel blunders is the hidden expenses associated with a vacation. These clandestine fees have a way of rapidly spiraling out of hand and transforming what seemed to be an essentially reasonable holiday into a money waster. Follow these tips for observing them and sidestepping them. Extra fees. Most travel services incur extra fees that aren't immediately apparent. Airlines tend to charge extra for checked bags, choosing seats, and meals on board. Hotels tack on resort fees or parking fees not covered by the initial cost. Rental car agencies might include extras such as GPS, insurance, or fuel fees that appear insignificant but quickly become excessive. Smart strategy: always read the fine print when booking your flights, accommodations, and car rentals. Look for hidden fees and add-ons and decide if they're worth the cost. For example, booking a flight with free checked luggage may be more economical than opting for a cheaper flight that charges for bags. Similarly, consider using public transportation or booking accommodations that offer free parking, tipping, and service charges. While tipping is customary in many parts of the world, it can easily become a significant cost if you're not mindful. From taxi drivers to hotel staff and restaurant servers, these small payments can add up over time. Many countries also include service charges in restaurant bills, which might be mistaken for a tip. Smart strategy: review tipping customs in your destination nation prior to your travel. In a few countries, tipping is customary, but in others, it is abnormal or will be charged to your bill. Where tipping is optional, ask yourself if the service was exceptional prior to leaving a tip. Also, in the majority of places, you can avoid overtipping by paying in forms that involve service charges, such as prepaid tours or package offerings. Currency conversion fees. If you're traveling internationally, currency conversion fees can eat into your budget. Whether you're withdrawing money from an ATM, exchanging cash, or using your credit card abroad, these fees can add up quickly. Smart tip: bring a credit card with no foreign transaction fee or a prepaid travel card with no conversion fee. If you have to exchange money, utilize ATMs in local banks, not airport or hotel machines, since they will provide a better exchange rate. How to budget effectively. Budgeting is the key to keeping your traveling expenses under control and not spending too much. Here's how you can create a realistic travel budget that takes into account your goals and lifestyle. Estimate your daily expenses. Start by estimating how much you'll spend each day. Consider your accommodation, food, transportation, and activities. Some cities are naturally more expensive than others. So research the costs for your destination to get a better idea of what to expect. Smart strategy: use budget planning apps like Trail Wallet, Mint, or Travel Mapper to track your expenses in real time. This allows you to make adjustments at the moment and ensure you're not crossing your boundaries. Include both must-have expenses, for example, transportation, and nice-to-have expenses, for example, shopping, entertainment. Set a daily spending limit. It is easy to lose track of costs when traveling, especially with small purchases along the way. Set a daily budget for spending so you can keep your finances in perspective. If you are in a city for a week, for example, budget a specific amount for meals on a daily basis, activities, and transportation. Smart strategy: Spend money on daily expenditures to maintain your overspending under control. When your cash supply is depleted, you'll know it's time to restrain. You may also utilize apps like Yolt to track spending and be notified when you exceed your daily budget. Prioritize experiences. Prioritize spending on experiences that truly matter to you. Whether it's a cooking class in Italy, a museum tour in Paris, or a scenic hike in the Swiss Alps, focus your budget on the activities that align with your interests and goals. This way, you're spending money where it counts the most. Smart strategy. Counterbalance your expensive experiences with free or low-cost ones such as sightseeing, taking free walking tours, or visiting local markets. In many cases, the best memories result from the least expensive experiences, such as seeing the sunset in a park or touring a historic neighborhood on foot. While sneaky fees and budget tricks are applicable, the highest travel expenses, airfare, lodging, and dining, require some clever planning in order to save. Flights. Finding the best bargain. Airfare often constitutes the highest expense of a trip, but there are numerous methods by which airfare can be saved without compromising comfort. Timing is everything. Flights are different prices based on demand, season, and time of year. Flights tend to be cheaper if you book 6 to 8 weeks in advance. Traveling midweek, Tuesday to Thursday, or off-peak hours, such as early morning or late evening, will also save you money. Smart tip: check prices on flight comparison sites such as Google Flights, Skyscanner, or Kayak. Set up price alerts to track fare reductions and be flexible to travel on your desired date to save money. Although it appears to be convenient when flying to a large airport, smaller airports close to the destination can be more affordable. Public transportation can still be used to travel to the final destination from a local airport. Smart strategy: look for flights that land in secondary airports or close by smaller towns, especially if you're heading to a large city. Check the price of travel from the airport to your accommodation destination and determine if it's worth the money saved. Accommodation. Finding affordable accommodation. Accommodation will cost a significant portion of your budget, but there are ways to save without having to compromise on quality. Use booking platforms wisely. Platforms like Booking.com, Airbnb, and Hostelworld offer the full range of prices, from budget hostels to fully equipped apartments. These typically offer you filters that you can organize by price, reviews, and location, which allow you to find the best offer in your range. Smart strategy: look for accommodation that includes amenities like free breakfast, Wi-Fi, or transportation to reduce additional costs. If you're staying for several days, ask about discounts for extended stays. Consider alternative lodging. If you're traveling solo or with a small group, hostels, guest houses, or even couch surfing can be great options. These alternatives are often much cheaper than hotels and can provide a more local experience. Smart strategy: consider sleeping in hostels' private rooms or looking for vacation rentals where you can cook meals, hence saving on dining out. Food. Eating well without spending money. Food is part of travel, but going out for every meal can quickly empty your pocket. Here's how you can manage food cost and still enjoy local cuisine, street food, and local markets. Street food is usually delicious, genuine, and very affordable. Street food culture exists in most countries, where you can try delectable cuisine at a fraction of the cost of a restaurant meal. Smart strategy: track down local markets for fresh produce, snacks, and meals. Markets usually offer a fun cultural experience and stashing savings. Be spontaneous and try unusual foods without the outrageous cost. Cook your own meals. If your accommodation has a kitchen facility, it may be worth considering cooking some of your meals. Local supermarkets and food markets will have a wide variety of fresh, affordable ingredients, and cooking at home means that you can sample local recipes without paying the tourist price. Smart strategy: plan simple meals like pasta, salads, or sandwiches that are easy to prepare and budget-friendly. Stock up on snacks for day trips to avoid spending money on overpriced airport or tourist shop snacks. Conclusion: smart spending makes a smarter journey. By recognizing hidden costs, budgeting effectively, and making thoughtful decisions about your major travel expenses, you'll be able to keep your trip affordable without sacrificing the quality of your experience. Being a smart spender means being aware of the little things that can add up, but also knowing where to splurge for the experiences that matter most to you. In the next chapter, we'll dive into how to plan a trip that's not only budget-friendly, but also maximizes your enjoyment, ensuring that every part of your journey is worthwhile. Planning a trip doesn't always have to be overwhelming, especially when you have a good game plan to stick to. Budget travel planning is about being mindful and intentional in your choices, from selecting your destination to finalizing your day-to-day activities. In this chapter, we dissect a step-by-step guide to planning your trip within budget, without sacrificing value at the expense of experiences. Choosing economic places. One of the most important decisions that you will have to make when you are making your vacation plans is choosing the ideal destination. Where you go has a big impact on your spending in general. But how do you choose the ideal destination that falls in your pocket money? Consider the cost of living. Destinations vary considerably in cost of living. Some countries are simply less expensive to visit than others, according to exchange rates, local wages, and everyday expenses. Eastern Europe, Southeast Asia, and much of Latin America tend to be less expensive than Western tourist destinations. Smart strategy: go to cities where your money will go further. Websites like Numbeo and Budget Your Trip can give you an idea of the general prices in different cities and countries. By traveling to cities with a lower cost of living, you can stretch your budget and get more value for less. Seasonality and timing. Traveling in the midst of peak tourist season can significantly increase the cost of flights, accommodation, and activities. Traveling in off-peak or shoulder season, though, provides a less expensive affair devoid of the crowds. Smart tip: choose to travel when it is off-season, and prices are lower, and locations are not as crowded. For example, a European visit during early spring or later autumn will cost less than a summer trip. Keep in mind that there are destinations that are inexpensive year-round, so research. Use destination comparisons. Others, or some areas of a nation, can be way more affordable than others. Tourist destinations usually involve a big price tag, but the locals around them or their surrounding cities might have the same to offer at a fraction of the cost. Smart strategy: to be frugal on flights when you must visit an in-demand location, go to a nearby town or city with the same cultural attractions or scenic beauty. For example, instead of being in central Paris, be in nearby towns of Versailles or Montmartre. How to save on flights. Flights can take up most of your travel budget, but with the right techniques and tools, you can identify cost-saving options without any compromise on comfort or time. Here's how to save money on flights without losing time or comfort. Be flexible with dates. Airfare changes according to the day of the week, time of day, and time of year. Flexibility in your travel dates will save you hundreds of dollars. Smart tip: use flight comparison websites like Google Flights or Skyscanner to find cheapest dates to go on your holiday. This allows you to view flexible date options to decide which days of the week will get you the cheapest flights. Generally speaking, flights departing on Tuesdays and Wednesdays will be cheaper than those on weekends. Book ahead. Flights are usually cheaper when booking several weeks or months earlier. Booking ahead of time allows you to seize promotions and ensures you get the lowest rate before your date of departure causes the price to hike. Smart tip: be sure to book your flight 6 to 8 weeks in advance to secure the lowest. For peak season travel, reserve even earlier. Compare prices with price alert websites to track fluctuations and buy when you spot a deal. Use low-fare airlines. While major airlines offer more amenities, budget airlines often provide the same basic service at a fraction of the cost. The trade-off is fewer frills, but the savings can be significant. Smart strategy: if you're comfortable with basic services, consider flying with budget carriers such as Ryanair, EasyJet, or Spirit Airlines. Just be mindful of their extra fees for things like baggage and seat selection. Consider nearby airports. Bigger airports are more convenient, but they cost more. If you don't mind going a little further from the airport, you can save money by taking cheaper flights to smaller secondary airports. Smart strategy: look for nearby airports that may offer cheaper flights, even if they're not as close to your destination. Check the transportation options from the secondary airport to your accommodation to see if it's worth the savings. Accommodation planning for cost efficiency. Accommodation often accounts for a large portion of your travel expenses. However, there are many ways to stay comfortably while sticking to your budget. Research different types of lodging. Hotels are not your only option. Depending on your travel style, you can find more affordable and unique places to stay that suit your budget. Smart solution: make use of accommodation places like Airbnb, Booking.com, or Hostelworld to compare various prices and find cheaper alternatives. You can book a private room, get a guest house, or lease an apartment, which could be less expensive and more pleasant than a hotel stay. Check out hostels and guest houses. If you're going alone or in a small group, a hostel and a guest house are a cheap option. They typically provide shared kitchens, so you can cook your meals yourself and save money. Smart tip: opt for private hostel rooms if you want some privacy without spending the cost of a full-fledged hotel. All hostels have great added amenities, like free Wi-Fi, laundry facilities, and breakfast, so you'll save even more. Discover bargains and discounts. Watch for room rate discounts on room booking websites. Most websites offer last-minute deals or discounted rates for extended stays. In addition, some frequent guest programs offer complimentary nights or discounts after a certain number of bookings. Smart tip: register for loyalty programs for websites like Hotels.com, Booking.com, or even hotels like Marriott or Hilton to earn rewards and get discounted rates. Be also flexible with your lodging to get last-minute deals, house swapping or couch surfing. For a very cheap option, attempt house swapping or couch surfing. Both involve free accommodations in exchange for allowing someone to stay at your home or vice versa. Smart strategy: if you're happy and willing to stick with locals or home exchange, both couch surfing and home exchange sites like Home Exchange can provide excellent experiences to travel affordably while creating new friends. Activities and experiences. Maximizing value. Pre-planning and being wise when making decisions is the secret to staying on budget when it comes to activities and experiences. You can enjoy your destination without taking a financial hit. Prioritize must-do activities. Make a list of what things you most want to do and prioritize them in your budget. There are certain activities that you can have for free or at a low cost, for example, hiking, city walking tours, or visiting museums. But others, like tours, theater performances, or excursions, can be costly. Smart tip: prioritize activities that will provide the greatest value for money. Museum days or free walking tours are usually available in every city, so take advantage of these. Plan your activities according to such inexpensive activities. Look for discounts and passes. Some of the best places to visit offer city passes that give you admission to different sites at a discount. These often include skip-the-line entry, saving you money and time. Smart tip: check to see if your destination offers a city pass or discount card. These passes can offer admission to major attractions, transportation, as well as food and shopping discounts. Free and low-cost attractions. Not everything must cost a lot to have fun. Walking tours for free, visiting public parks, hiking paths, and cruising around communities can be as rewarding as costly endeavors. Smart strategy: include a mixture of low-cost or free activities in your plan. Visit the local market, stroll through historic and old neighborhoods, watch free public cultural performances, or go for a walk through stunning parks to get to know the place without spending anything. Conclusion: planning makes perfect. The key to an economical holiday is good planning. By choosing the right location, choosing low-cost air travel, finding low-cost accommodation, and thinking ahead when choosing activities, you can have a fantastic holiday experience at little cost. The resourceful traveler understands that with some research and going with the flow, the world has plenty of cheap experiences waiting to be seized. In the next chapter, We will discover how to have food adventures without spending a fortune, so you can indulge in the local food cultures without draining your wallet. Perhaps the most enjoyable thing about travel is being able to taste new cultures in their food. But dining out, especially in tourist districts, can quickly become prohibitive. With some prudent strategies, though, you can enjoy delicious, authentic meals without sacrificing your food budget. In this chapter, we'll consider how you can enjoy culinary experiences on a budget and be able to enjoy the local flavors without blowing your stack. Eating like a local. One of the greatest ways to be frugal with food while traveling is to dine at the same establishments the locals eat. Tourist restaurants typically charge an arm and a leg for dishes that aren't necessarily the local specialties. Stepping off the tourist path helps you discover out-of-the-way restaurants that are both inexpensive and authentic. Seek out local hotspots. Primarily in most cities, locals go to some restaurants, food markets, or street food stalls that are not necessarily located in tourist popular areas. They serve the freshest food at the best prices since they are serving locals rather than tourists. Smart tip: take guidance from locals. Hotel staff, shopkeepers, or fellow travelers you encounter on the way are often in the know about where to dine on the cheap. Or utilize apps like Yelp or TripAdvisor with local favorite or best value filters to guide you to lower-cost eating spots. Avoid tourist traps. Tourist areas will also have restaurants catering to tourists that charge too much, knowing they will pay more for the convenience and location. These restaurants can serve less authentic or lower quality food, leading to a disappointing and expensive meal. Smart strategy: don't eat in tourist zones like crowded squares or in front of the most visited sites. Stay a few blocks off the tourist trail to find markets or restaurants that locals frequent. Not only will your meal be more authentic, but you'll also save cash. Small, family-owned restaurants. Home-style restaurants and family-owned restaurants that stand alone offer the cheapest and most authentic food. They care more about serving quality homemade food than about exploiting the hyper-expensive food found in tourist areas. Bright idea: look for small, unpretentious restaurants, diners, or cafes where the locals congregate. These are likely to serve hearty, fresh food at reduced prices from more commercial establishments. You will find a cozy, homely setting and a richer exposure to the local culture. Street food, markets, and local specialities. Street food is an amazing way to sample the culture of a country without breaking the bank. Most places are famous for their lively street food, with cooks preparing tasty, fresh food right before your eyes. It's also the cheapest way to dine like a local. Street food, fresh, affordable, and delicious. Street vendors carry everything from freshly made sandwiches and fill-the-plate pastries to kebabs, soups, and noodles. Not only is street food less expensive than dining at restaurants, but you can also have regional specialities that are not found elsewhere. Smart tip: search for freshly made street food with a lot of turnover. This is a sign it's safe to consume. Avoid foods which have been on the stall for too long. If in doubt, seek vendors with big queues, as they usually sell the best food. Markets, the heart of local food culture. Street food markets are food culture hubs, offering anything from fresh fruits and vegetables to prepared meals. Markets typically consist of booths for local snacks, desserts, and specialities, and you can sample a wide variety of local flavors at reasonable prices. Smart tip: visit local markets for snacks and lunches. All markets have mini food stalls where you taste various dishes. The food, in addition to being fresh and inexpensive, is also a chance to live life locally and interact with the vendors. Food tours as budget learning adventures. Most cities offer inexpensive food tours, which are a great way to taste the food scene of a city and find a guide to affordable eatery. These tours are usually a combination of history and cuisine, where you learn about the local culture while you are fed as well. Smart tip: find cheap or free food walking tours that normally hail from locals or small business owners. While there may be an optional tip fee, these tours oftentimes allow you to appreciate the city's food culture even more and guide you to out-of-the-way culinary secrets you would not find otherwise. Cooking while traveling. Another extremely successful way of cutting costs on food when you're traveling is cooking for yourself. Most low-cost accommodations, including hostels, guest houses, or Airbnb apartments, have kitchen facilities where you can have access. You can then cook simple, cheap meals and taste local produce without paying for eating out. Purchase at local grocery stores and markets. One of the joys of cooking while traveling is getting to go to the local markets and grocery stores. The stores usually have unique, affordable ingredients that allow you to make dishes that are characteristic of the local flavor. Smart strategy: shop at local markets and supermarkets for fresh fruits, vegetables, and proteins. Markets in most countries are the cheapest place to get produce, and you will often find local specialities cheaper than at tourist-oriented stores. Cooking your own food will save you money, as well as give you a sense of connection to your destination food culture. Simple, affordable meals. It does not have to be complicated cooking overseas. Actually, most of the traditional foods are simple and uncomplicated to prepare with minimal ingredients. Salads, pasta sauces, rice and vegetable stir-fries or sandwiches are all good options that are not much work or expense in preparation. Smart tip: cook easy, healthy meals such as pasta with local vegetables, fresh cheese and bread sandwiches, or rice and beans. With just a few ingredients, you can make satisfying, energy-filled meals that will carry you through the entire day. Cooking equipment and supplies. Most hostels or vacation rentals will provide basic cooking tools like pots, pans, and a stove. If you're staying in a location with no kitchen, consider a portable stove or microwave-friendly cookware for easy cooking options. Smart tip: employ handy cooking devices such as a compact rice cooker, electric skillet, or travel-friendly cookware to simplify cooking. For accommodations that don't have much in the way of cooking facilities, opt for one-pot dishes or foods that can be cooked in a microwave only. Maximizing culinary adventures on a budget. While food is one of the greatest pleasures of international travel, it does not necessarily have to break the bank. There are numerous techniques for enjoying the food of a country without blowing your budget. Here are some final tips for maximizing the return on your food on a shoestring budget. Experiment with a diversity of native foods. Don't limit yourself to just one type of food. Seek out a variety of street food and local specialties. By trying different dishes and food types, you'll experience a broader spectrum of the local food culture without paying for expensive restaurants. Smart tip: focus on just a few must-try foods unique to the destination. Research ahead or ask locals for tips on what there is to must-try, and then seek out affordable ways to try them through street vendors, food halls, or casual restaurants. Connect food with culture. Most locations have eating experiences that are events unto themselves. There are opportunities to enjoy a full gastronomic experience by engaging in cooking lessons or participating in food festivals at low cost. Smart move: find low-cost cooking lessons that will teach you to make staple dishes. You're not only learning something, but you're also learning how to make the meal at home. You'll have a better understanding of food culture, and it can often be less expensive than dining out for the same experience. Drink like a local. Alcohol is among the largest budget busters while traveling, especially in restaurants and bars. Instead of purchasing drinks at tourist spots, treat yourself to local beverages available at markets or street vendors where they are typically cheaper. Smart tip: in most countries, eating from street vendors or markets is significantly cheaper than at restaurants. Enjoy local beers, wine, or other beverages, and do not pay extra markups at tourist bars. Conclusion: eating well without losing money. Food is the best part about traveling, and it doesn't have to break the bank. Eating like locals, sampling street food, and preparing your own meals can provide you with rich gastronomical experiences without burning a hole in your pocket. Taking full advantage of food adventures does involve some planning and openness to sampling local cuisine, but the rewards are well worth the effort. In the next chapter, we discuss family and personal safety, ensuring that not just do you travel on budget, but also safely with peace of mind. Your safety is always your own top priority when you travel, whether alone or with your family. It is the duty of a prudent traveler to take prior steps to protect yourself and your family from eventualities and to plan for contingencies. This chapter will cover the most important safety tips to keep you safe, calm, and confident on the road, whether you're driving through foreign cities, rural landscapes, or somewhere in between. Basic safety tips for solo and family travelers. Whether you are traveling alone or with family, staying safe while in unfamiliar territory requires vigilance and preparedness. The following are some tips for staying safe wherever your travels take you. Trust your instincts. One of the most important safety tips is to trust your instincts. If something doesn't feel right, a situation, a location, or an interaction with another person, back off and remove yourself from the situation. Your instincts are generally your best defense. Smart strategy: if a situation feels uncomfortable, get away from the area immediately. Don't be afraid to change your plans or seek help from locals you trust or fellow travelers. Stay connected. Leave a copy of your schedule with relatives who are friends before you depart, and check in with them on a regular basis. Allowing someone to know where you are can enable them to monitor your safety. Keep in touch with other travelers you encounter along the way too, as traveling in pairs or groups can offer added security. Smart tip: use travel apps like Google Maps or WhatsApp to share your location with individuals you trust. You can also create a routine check-in time, especially if you're going to remote areas. Avoid risky areas. Certain neighborhoods could be more susceptible to crime or danger. It's important to do your research on where you're going and stay away from areas that are notorious for being high crime, particularly after dark. If you need to walk around unfamiliar neighborhoods, try to do so during the day and remain on well-lit, busy streets. Smart tip: always seek advice from locals or your accommodation staff on safe and not-so-safe areas. Utilize online forums and reviews to get an idea of what other travelers have encountered. For family travelers, set clear rules for children. Traveling with children can bring even more issues. One of the best ways of keeping your family safe is to have clear rules and expectations. Make sure your children understand what to do in case they get lost or separated from the rest of you. Smart strategy: teach your children basic safety measures, such as what to do if they get lost, how to approach a police officer or a trusted adult for help, and how to call you if needed. When in a crowd, give them a wristband with your contact information on which you have written. Use family-specific safety devices. Particularly handy in unfamiliar or populous areas are products such as child locator tags, wristbands, or GPS-enabled gadgets that allow you to monitor your kids' locations. Smart tip: purchase a child safety watch or a GPS tracker where you can monitor your child's location. These not only provide peace of mind, but also ensure an added level of protection when you're in heavily populated areas or large theme parks. Choose family-friendly accommodations. While booking your accommodation, choose family-oriented places that prioritize safety. Look for features like childproofing, security on the premises, and being close to emergency services. Smart tip: reserve accommodations specifically meant for families, such as resorts, family suites, or vacation rentals with kitchenettes. These will be more comfortable and safe than guest houses or hostels and provide more flexibility and peace of mind. Avoiding scams and tourist traps. Scams are all too prevalent in tourist areas, and they can quickly empty your wallet or even compromise your safety. The best way to avoid scams is to be aware, be cautious, and know what to watch out for. Here are some of the most prevalent scams to watch out for. Overpriced taxis. Taxi drivers in some cities may take advantage of tourists by charging them more than the normal fare. This can be especially problematic if you're unfamiliar with the area. Smart strategy: use ride-sharing applications like Uber, Lyft, or local equivalents whenever available. If you use a taxi, agree on the fare beforehand or make the driver use a meter. In most locations, it is also a good idea to check taxi fares online or ask locals how much a fare to your destination should cost. Phony tour guides. There are also tour guides who come up to tourists with offers of city tours or private excursions, but these can sometimes turn out to be scams involving overcharging or poor quality. Smart strategy: reserve tours with legitimate, established companies. Look for reviews from other travelers on websites such as TripAdvisor or Google Reviews to ensure the company is real. If someone approaches you and offers to give you a spontaneous tour, thank them and book alternatives online instead. Pickpocketing. Pickpocketing is common in busy tourist areas, especially public transportation hubs, markets, or packed sites. Pickpockets can be very skilled, but due diligence and taking precautions will protect your belongings. Smart tip: use anti-theft bags or money belts to carry your valuables like passports, wallets, and phones. Never carry large amounts of cash on you, and never leave your bags in public places. Keep your belongings close and be cautious of distractions, which are most likely used by pickpockets to divert your attention. Health and emergency preparedness. While on the road, it's essential to be ready for medical emergencies, particularly when visiting places with varying medical practices or health hazards. Here is how to remain healthy and prepared for any unexpected medical issues. Travel insurance. Most likely the most important action in protecting yourself and your family is purchasing travel insurance that includes medical cover. Travel insurance can cover unexpected medical expenses, trip cancellation, lost or stolen luggage, and emergency evacuation. Smart strategy: always buy comprehensive travel insurance before your trip. Make sure it includes coverage for medical emergencies, trip delays, and lost luggage, and check that it offers assistance for the specific destinations you'll be visiting. Vaccinations and health precautions. Before traveling, research the necessary vaccinations and health precautions for your destination. Some countries may require certain vaccines, especially if you're traveling to remote areas or tropical regions. Smart strategy: visit the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, or the World Health Organization, WHO, for travel health information. Obtain any vaccinations well in advance to give them time to take effect. First aid kit. Take a well-stocked first aid kit with you that includes items like bandages, antiseptic, pain relievers, medications for minor issues, for example, upset stomach, colds, and any prescription medication that you need. Smart tip: put together a small, portable first aid kit with such things as pain relievers, antiseptic wipes, adhesive bandages, and any prescription medication that you might need. If you have any specific health concerns, make sure to bring a sufficient supply of your prescription medications for the term of your trip. Emergency contacts and procedures. It is necessary to understand how to handle emergencies abroad to stay safe. Be prepared for any situation by understanding precisely what to do. Emergency numbers. Each nation has another number for emergency services. Keep the police, fire, and medical emergency numbers of the local region handy. Smart tip: research and note down the emergency numbers in the nation you'll be visiting. Prepare a list and store it in a safe, easily accessible place, like in your phone or in a travel folder document. Embassy and consulate details. In case of a stolen passport, a legal problem, or any other emergency, your embassy or consulate is your contact point. Take their details and location. Smart tip: note down your home country's embassy or consulate contact details in the destination city before traveling. The details are usually on the embassy website. Conclusion: safety first, adventure always. Safety must always be a consideration whenever you travel, whether you are visiting a busy city or a secluded retreat. By being aware of your surroundings, planning in advance, and adhering to basic safety guidelines, you can help make your trip both fun and safe. Always keep in mind that it is not only about having a good time, but also about making responsible decisions to safeguard yourself, your family, and your health. With proper precautions taken, you'll be able to enjoy the adventure and make memorable experiences. In the following chapter, we shall discuss how to make the most out of your travels without breaking the bank, so that you can get the most from each and every second of your tour. Holidays are a time to unwind, learn, and try new things. But it is easy to let your mind and body take the back seat on holiday, especially if you're consuming rich foods, getting used to an alien environment, or trying to pack in as much activity as possible. The good news is that you can have a fun, exciting holiday without compromising your health. In this chapter, we will talk about how to remain healthy, fit, and in the moment during your holiday, so that you are able to maximize every moment without compromising your health. Making the most of resort amenities. Resorts are designed to offer you a luxurious, hassle-free experience, but you must get the best out of all the amenities they offer in order to stay healthy and energized throughout your stay. All resorts have health and wellness services, which you can take advantage of in order to maintain your fitness and relaxation routines. Many of these resorts provide in-house fitness centers, yoga studios, and pools, wonderful options for staying active while a guest, and all three are part of your stay fee. Smart strategy: schedule a daily workout, be it a 30-minute gym session, a dip in the swimming pool, or a yoga session. In case your resort employs a fitness instructor, avail yourself of any group class or private session. A brief workout session will also keep your energy levels from dipping and minimize jet lag feelings. Resorts that are in a more scenic part typically consist of outdoor activities like hiking, cycling, or nature walks, which not only help you stay fit, but also make you explore the surroundings around you. Smart strategy: utilize activities within the resort perimeter to train outdoor fitness. Walking to a vantage point, beach strolls, or renting a bicycle are all fine ways to stay fit while having the opportunity to enjoy local views. Spa and relaxation services. Resorts offer spa sessions such as massages, facials, and wellness therapies that can calm you down and shatter tension. In using these services, keep in mind the positive contribution they make in enhancing your health, particularly in reducing tension brought about by traveling. Smart tip: treat yourself to a spa day or some therapy with your stay. A deep tissue massage is an excellent therapy to indulge in to relieve any tension or pain caused by traveling. Drink lots of water prior to and after your treatment to flush out toxins from your body. Staying active and fit while traveling. Even if you're not staying at a resort, there are plenty of ways to stay active while traveling. Engaging in physical activity doesn't have to be confined to a gym. It can be integrated into your sightseeing, cultural experiences, or relaxation time. Walking tours. One of the best things about traveling to a new city is walking. Walking tours enable you to see the sights and receive a low-impact workout at the same time. Intelligent approach: instead of taking taxis or buses, walk whenever possible. Free or low-cost walking tours are provided by most cities, which give a real insight into the destination's history, culture, and way of life. They are an ideal blend of tourism and fitness. Use the stairs. Even if it's a meaningless adjustment, avoiding elevators and taking the stairs instead over time does work and is an excellent means of getting your circulation going. Smart strategy: whenever possible, take the stairs instead of the elevator. It's a simple way of making movement in your daily life, especially in hotels, museums, and other multi-story structures. Beach or pool workouts. If you're traveling to a beach or have access to a pool, these settings offer excellent opportunities for low-impact, full-body workouts. Swimming is a fantastic exercise that tones muscles and improves cardiovascular health. Smart strategy: swim laps or walk in the shallow end to engage your muscles and keep your body active while enjoying the water. If you're at the beach, try a beach run or some bodyweight exercises like squats, lunges, and push-ups on the sand. Mindfulness and mental well-being. Vacations are also an emotional and mental reset time. Travel occasionally is equivalent to a change of pace, which can also trigger stress or worry, especially if you're in a new location. Being aware and employing mental wellness practices can help keep you peaceful, serene, and in the present while on vacation. Meditation and yoga. Most of the resorts offer sessions of yoga and meditation to make the guests feel connected to their bodies and minds again. If your visit is not in a resort that offers such sessions, you can always practice yoga or meditation by yourself. Smart strategy: begin every morning with a brief meditation session to establish a calm tone for your day. If you are busy, download a meditation app such as Headspace or Calm to walk you through mindfulness routines. Yoga is another excellent means of stretching and relaxing your muscles. So even a 15-minute routine can have a real positive impact in reducing stress and enhancing overall focus. Journaling or gratitude practice. Writing down your thoughts or journaling as you are traveling can be a good mental health tool. It helps you process the things that occurred, reflect on the positive moments, and manage the stress that you experienced. Genius move. Keep a travel diary to note what you feel, experience, and think. Note down 3 things for which you are grateful at the end of each day. This will help you remain in the moment and be aware, and will provide you with a great memento of your journey. Digital detox. Constantly checking your phone or social media can create stress and prevent you from fully enjoying your break. A digital detox gives the chance to be fully at rest and in the moment without distractions. Smart strategy: establish set times to look at your phone and avoid checking email or social media during the day, other than if absolutely necessary. Instead, focus on engaging with what's around you, whether that's people watching at coffee, hiking in nature, or merely taking a meal without disruption. Healthy eating while traveling. Travel normally equals trouble when it is a question of adhering to healthy eating habits. With abundant local cuisine to indulge in, plus dining out for every meal, you can easily end up overindulging. But getting a little foresight, you can indulge in the local cuisine and still maintain a healthy diet. Balance indulgence with healthier choices. While it's tempting to try all the dishes, it's important to balance indulgent meals with healthier ones. If rich or heavy food is what you're eating for one meal, eat light, plant-based food at the next. Clever strategy: fill your plates with fruits, vegetables, and lean proteins. Grill, bake, or steam your food as opposed to frying. Most restaurants carry fresh, seasonal produce, which is healthy and inexpensive. Portion control. It's hard not to overeat when there are so many delicious foods to eat. Instead of overeating at each meal, practice portion control by sharing meals or getting smaller portions when possible. Smart strategy: get a few different foods to share with the other members of your group, or get half portions. That way, you can try some variety of foods without crowding your plate or your stomach. Hydrate. It is important to stay hydrated, especially if traveling to warmer destinations. Dehydration leads to tiredness, headaches, and poor digestion, so you won't have fun on your holiday. Smart move: take a refillable water bottle with you and top it up frequently. In hot environments, also reduce your caffeine and alcohol intake, as they contribute to dehydration. Drink water throughout the day, and include water-rich foods like fruit and salads in your meals. Conclusion: holiday balance and happiness. Vacations should be an opportunity to break free from your normal routine, unwind, and enjoy doing things that put you in a good mood. But it's also important not to forget that maintaining your health, physical, emotional, and psychological, can contribute to how much you enjoy your holiday. With exercise, good nutrition, awareness, and use of resort facilities, you'll return home feeling energized and refreshed. In the next chapter, we'll discuss how to maximize your holiday experience while maintaining a healthy balance between relaxation and adventure. Holidays should be fun, enriching, and filled with unforgettable memories. You might be spending time on a beach, in a big city, or on a mountain hike. But no matter what you do, the secret to a successful vacation is in managing your time and maximizing your experience. In this chapter, we'll explore how to maximize your holiday experience by blending sightseeing with relaxation, prioritizing meaningful activities, and making the most out of every moment while sticking to your budget. Balancing sightseeing and relaxation. One of the biggest challenges while traveling is finding the right balance between exploring a new destination and giving yourself time to relax. Overscheduling oneself with activities will leave you exhausted, while too much downtime will have you feeling like you didn't see anything. The goal is finding enough activity and relaxation to strike a balance so that you are heading home recharged, not depleted. Schedule downtime into your itinerary. While it is tempting to fill your schedule with a diverse range of activities and not leave much space for rest, exhausting yourself in this way will drain your energy. Breaking and taking time to rest will enable you to fully appreciate every experience and avoid burnout. Smart strategy: don't overfill your planner. 2 or 3 important activities a day, with plenty of time to rest. Spend some afternoons sitting at a local cafe, park bench, or relaxed neighborhood walk. Those easy moments of slowing down are as rewarding as the most popular tourist attractions. Incorporate slow travel into your plans. Instead of rushing from one destination to another, slow travel during your vacation. It is about staying longer in fewer places so that you have time to dive deeper into the culture and enjoy those little travel things. Smart strategy: if at all possible, avoid day-to-day city-to-city travel. Instead, select 1 or 2 spots and linger there slowly. Take the time to observe the indigenous culture, eat indigenous food, and get to know locals. This will give you a more authentic experience, but still leave you with time to have fun. Making memorable experiences on a budget. Although some of the activities are expensive, the most memorable experiences while traveling are always from those activities that are not very expensive, or even without cost. Be guided by the following means to make your experiences memorable but affordable. Most of the time, the best experiences are those that connect you with the native culture of where you're visiting. Visiting low-entry or free cultural events or festivals might give you a better understanding of the place, its people, and its past. Smart strategy: look for free neighborhood happenings such as festivals, public art exhibits, or cultural performances. Check local event calendars or bulletin boards, or ask your host families or your accommodation for recommendations. Whether a neighborhood market, a free concert, or a public art walk, these events will offer a unique glimpse of the destination. Find scenic spots for relaxation. These locations offer free entrance to beautiful natural landscapes like parks, beaches, and observation points. There, you can unwind, enjoy the scenery, and soak in the atmosphere without spending a penny. Smart strategy: explore free natural attractions to visit, such as public parks, botanic gardens, or nature trails. Spend a few hours walking or sitting in these peaceful spots, enjoying the view, sounds, and wildlife of the location. These peaceful times can be the best part of your stay. Interact with locals. Getting to meet the locals is one of the highlights of traveling. It is not only a means of improving your experience, but also a means of discovering really good little treasures that do not make it into the guidebooks. Smart strategy: meet with locals at cafes, parks, or markets. Ask them for tips on where to go, where to eat, or what is happening in town. Locals will steer you towards locations that you might not have discovered otherwise, and they will give you an insider's view of the destination. Local immersion: how to get more for less. Living with the people is one of the most rewarding methods of traveling. Instead of exclusively visiting the most popular sites, attempt to interact with the local people and culture. Here's how to do it on the cheap. Take public transportation. Public transport is generally the most affordable and cost-saving way of moving around a city or region. Using buses, trains, trams, or even bicycles gives you a real travel experience without breaking your bank. Smart tip: purchase a day or a week's public transport pass to spend less per individual fare. Not just is this handy, but you also get to explore more areas and suburbs. You will have the chance to live like locals away from tourist areas too. Shop at local markets and street vendors. Local markets are vibrant, lively, and full of character. They're the perfect spot to immerse yourself in local culture and enjoy fresh food, local handicrafts, and oddball items you won't find elsewhere. And shopping at markets and eating street food can be a lot cheaper than dining at touristy restaurants. Smart tip: shop at local markets for fresh fruits and vegetables, souvenirs, and local delicacies. Street food is often delicious and inexpensive. Look for vendors who have a high number of customers to ensure the food is freshly made and a local favorite. Take part in free or low-cost workshops. There are often free or low-cost workshops in many locations, where you can find information about local craft, custom, or cuisine. These events not only introduce you to the culture, but also give you the chance to take home a considerate souvenir or skill. Smart move, seek out cheap or no-cost local art, history, or cooking workshops. Most cities have free public classes or street festivals open to locals and tourists. These offerings give you a chance to try something new and engage with the locals, taking the most out of each moment. A holiday is not about crossing something off a to-do list. It's about embracing the moment. To get the most out of your journey, employ these simple strategies to live in the moment and create memories that will last you a lifetime. Be spontaneous. Most times, the best experiences come in the spontaneous moments. Instead of holding on to your itinerary, leave room for impromptu escapades that crop up along the way. Smart strategy: leave room in your schedule for spontaneous exploration. If you wind up choosing to visit a hidden museum that you discovered, opting for a scenic route, or even meeting locals who invite you to a hidden gem, being spontaneous will lead you to some of the most authentic and enduring moments of your trip. Take photos, but be present. While documenting your journey in photos is fine, don't let your phone or camera get in the way of experiencing it. The trick is to find a balance between photographing and actually experiencing the place. Smart strategy: get some action shots, but also take a break from the camera to immerse yourself in the setting, the sounds, the atmosphere, and the feel of the moment. Make an effort to engage all your senses. Listen to the local sounds, eat the unfamiliar foods, and observe the people and environment. Your memory will be so much richer because you let yourself immerse in it. Practice gratitude. Taking a minute every day to reflect on what you have to be thankful for will put things into perspective about the unique things and memories that travel offers. It keeps you grounded and makes your vacation more meaningful. Smart tip: at night before going to bed, think about 3 things you are grateful for that day. Perhaps a beautiful sunset, a kind gesture of a resident, or a meal. This exercise not only makes you grateful, but also keeps you grounded and present during your holiday. Conclusion: your holiday, your way. Optimizing your vacation is about striking a balance between exploration and relaxation, meaning-making from community experiences, and wringing out every last drop of delight from every moment, whether that's in immersion in culture, spontaneous adventure, or simply in unplugging. Travel is a gift, and it is your right to make it as enriching, engaging, and delightful as you can. By being mindful of your priorities and not filling every moment with rest or adventure, you'll ensure your vacation is memorable for the right reasons. We'll look in the following chapter at how to be structured with respect to time on vacation so that you make the most of each day and out of every activity. Travel is probably the most demanding of the challenges that require the managing of time, especially when there are so many things to experience, do, and see. Whether you are traveling for a brief vacation or an extended trip, efficient time management enables you to get the most out of each day with minimal stress and preventing travel fatigue. In this chapter, we'll talk about how you can stay organized, use your time efficiently, and get the most out of your travel experience without hurrying or feeling overwhelmed. Staying organized during your trip. The secret to successful travel is staying organized. From keeping your schedule in check to managing your documents and expenses, staying organized will make your trip more enjoyable, less stressful, and smoother. Below are some tips that will ensure you stay on top of things. Keep digital and physical copies of your documents. Traveling tends to involve juggling multiple documents, including passports, tickets, reservations, and health insurance. Losing any of them could ruin your trip, so it's critical to have them organized and readily available. Smart strategy. Save digital versions of your reservations, tickets, and travel itinerary in apps like Google Keep or TripIt. The apps allow you to see your plans wherever you are, and even provide offline view when you're going to a location with no internet access. Keep physical copies of important documents, such as your passport, travel insurance, and emergency contact numbers, in an additional folder or travel wallet. Having a backup means you're covered if something gets lost or is destroyed. Create a daily itinerary. A daily itinerary enables you to organize your activities and parcel out your time. Spontaneity is great, but having an approximate plan ensures you don't miss the highlights and avoids you wasting time deciding what to do next. Smart strategy. Organize your visit by neighborhood or by area to minimize travel time to points of interest. For example, if you're touring a city, set near locations on the same day. This allows you to cover more ground without wasting valuable time traveling. Leave a little slack in your plans for unexpected adventures, whether rain checks, or just days when you want to relax. A combination of structured and unstructured time gives you the best of both worlds. Take advantage of early mornings. Waking up early might seem difficult, but it can yield a considerable advantage in the area of time management. The mornings are usually the calmest and least crowded, and you can venture into places before they get packed. Start your day early so that you can get a head start on sightseeing, especially on the most crowded sites. Early mornings are also great for photographing light, and you will generally have the pick of local specialties or fresh market goods. Take your morning to visit less crowded places or sites that tend to get crowded during the latter part of the day. This will give you a more peaceful and full immersion experience. Avoiding travel fatigue. Travel exhaustion may creep up on you, especially when you're attempting to do too much in a short amount of time. If your energy is not controlled, it's easy to get burnt out and frustrated, missing the highlight reel of your experience. Here's how to prevent exhaustion and stay energized. Get enough rest. It is easy to get carried away with the excitement of a new travel destination, but getting up late every day or getting up too early can exhaust you. You need rest to recharge, especially if you are engaging in a lot of physical activities. Intelligent move. Ensure that you sleep at least 7 to 8 hours a night so that you wake up refreshed and prepared for the day. If you're traveling across time zones, try to adjust your sleep patterns several days before you leave so as to minimize jet lag. If you must, take short naps, but not long naps, as it will interfere with your nighttime sleep. Stay well hydrated and eat nutritiously. When you are away from home, it is simple to skip good nutrition and hydration, especially if you're eating on the fly or experimenting with new foods. Sluggishness and crankiness come from dehydration and inadequate diet. Smart strategy. Stay hydrated all day long, especially when it is hot, so you're bursting with energy and bursting with life. Bring a refillable water bottle so you never run dry. Try to maintain a balanced diet of protein, vegetables, and fruits. Trying the local food is half the fun, but don't overindulge too much with heavy meals that make you feel weighed down. Rest and breaks. Traveling is physically draining, especially when you're traveling nonstop from sunrise to sundown. Breaking to rest and refuel prevents burnout. Intelligent tactic. Take breaks throughout your day. Sit at a cafe, enjoy the view, or take a leisurely walk and take some time to relax. Plan some rest days on your trip where you do nothing but take it easy, do a light activity, or even just spend the day at the spa to help you wind down. Conclusion: stay organized, be efficient, and enjoy your trip. Organized, time-managed, and with the energy to make each moment count. These are the hallmarks of an efficiently planned journey. The key is, with the right planning and time management, you can see off stress, stay focused, and enjoy the trip to the fullest. Remember that the point of any vacation isn't just to go to as many places as possible, but to fully immerse yourself in the experience, extracting the maximum benefit from your time at each destination. In the next chapter, we'll talk about how to maximize your travel experiences without compromising your well-being and health, so that you can enjoy a vacation that's not only exciting, but also revitalizing. Creating the ideal trip is not just about planning destinations and flights. It's about creating an experience that aligns with your interests, requirements, and budget. If you're planning to have a fun time being adventurous, lounging on the beach, experiencing a culture, or all three, planning your trip ahead of time will ensure that you'll have the most fun possible. This chapter will walk you through the process of crafting a trip that's customized to your tastes, so you can derive the most enjoyment, value, and memories from every moment. Personalizing your itinerary. One of the greatest ways to maximize your enjoyment is by ensuring that your plans match your own travel style and interests. Rather than adhering to generic recommendations or running on a one-size-fits-all regimen, take time creating an itinerary that caters to your individual interests and tastes. Define your travel style. Each traveler is unique with their own style of traveling. Some enjoy adventure and physical activity, whereas others enjoy relaxing and exploring culture. Understanding your travel style is important in developing an itinerary that meets your objectives for the trip. Smart strategy. Start by thinking about the type of traveler you are. Do you thrive on outdoor adventures such as hiking, kayaking, or biking? Or are you a relaxed traveler who loves to spend time in museums and art galleries and sipping coffee at local cafes? Understanding what fuels you and what gives you energy will influence how you plan your trip. Alternate activities to accommodate different moods and levels of energy. For example, following a day of trekking outdoors, book a spa evening in a nearby spa or a dinner at a leisure pace. Research your destination. The more you know about your destination, the better you can prepare. Spend some time researching your destination's history, culture, lesser visited sites, and off-the-beaten-path secrets that will interest you. Local travel blogs, guidebooks, and advice from fellow travelers will give you a well-rounded view of what the destination has to offer. Smart strategy: use travel websites like TripAdvisor or Lonely Planet to find out which attractions are popular, but also look for lesser-known activities and hidden gems. By discovering unique and off-the-beaten-path experiences, you'll avoid the crowds and create a more authentic travel experience. Join local travel communities, Facebook communities, or Reddit posts to inquire about tips from individuals who previously visited. You'll be amazed at the hidden gems you can unearth with locals' recommendations. Budget-friendly luxury. You don't have to spend a fortune in order to live in luxury. Affordable luxury is about finding quality experiences and luxuries for your money. You can treat yourself to good food, stay in beautiful accommodations, and create special experiences without spending all your money. The key is knowing where to splurge and where to economize. Splurge on meaningful experiences. While staying within your means is vital, there are some experiences that are worth going the extra dollar for, particularly if they are exclusive to your destination or related to your own interests. If it's a fine meal, a guided tour, or a once-in-a-lifetime activity, spending a bit more money on exceptional moments makes your trip worthwhile. Smart strategy. Prioritize those activities that mean the most to you, such as a sunset cruise, hot air balloon ride, or a cooking class with a local chef, and use the extra money for these indulgences. If you're unsure if an experience is worth the splurge, question whether you'll remember it in years to come. Is it an authentic experience that you can't replicate elsewhere? If the answer is yes, it may be worth the splurge. Find affordable alternatives for luxury. You don't need to spend a fortune on luxury. There are numerous options available for enjoying upscale experiences on the cheap, ranging from staying at boutique hotels or guest houses to eating at high-end local restaurants without the huge bill. Smart strategy. Look for boutique hotels, holiday lettings, or hostels that can offer a higher-end experience at a lower price. These options typically provide a higher quality of comfort and personal service at a fraction of the expense of chain hotels. For lunch and dinner, research local eateries offering gourmet food at reasonable rates. Street stalls or casual restaurants that offer fresh local ingredients will often deliver gourmet fare for a percentage of the fee charged by tourist-oriented restaurants, making every moment count. The ideal holiday isn't just ticking a bucket list of attractions off. It's being in the location, taking pleasure in every moment, and creating good memories. Below are some ways through which you can maximize your experiences. Stay present and immersed. When on the road, there is a tendency to get caught up in the thrill of getting it all done, snapping photos, and figuring out what's next. But the most powerful experiences are when you're fully present and in the moment. Eating a meal at a local cafe or watching the sunset is more about being present and taking it all in so that you can create memories that will last forever. Smart strategy. Put away your phone during key moments, such as meals, scenic views, or cultural performances. Focus on the experience itself, rather than trying to capture every moment for social media. Engage with locals and take time to absorb the sounds, smells, and atmosphere of your surroundings. Whether it's people watching at a cafe or taking a stroll through a historic district, these simple moments can leave a lasting impression. Be open to novel experiences. The alchemy of travel is in the surprise. Sometimes the most enduring memories result from saying yes to something new or pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone. It could be trying a new food, going to a less visited site, or joining an impromptu local festival. Being open-minded can lead to wonderful and surprising experiences. Intelligent approach. Don't be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone and experience things you likely had no intention of doing. Suggesting at a moment's notice to go take a dance lesson at a nearby studio, or trying something you've never eaten before, can offer some of the highlights of your trip. Trust local recommendations, whether it's an off-the-beaten-path cafe or a hidden scenic spot. Locals know the best places that tourists often overlook, so take advantage of their insider knowledge. Creating a balanced trip. Maximizing your enjoyment is about finding the right balance between exploration and relaxation. Travel can be exhausting if you're constantly moving from one activity to the next, so it's important to allow time for rest and rejuvenation. Plan rest days. Even when you're in a fascinating place, overloading with activities will lead to burnout and fatigue. Schedule rest days into your itinerary where you recharge, rest, and fully enjoy the quiet moments. Brilliant strategy: plan 1 or 2 rest days in your vacation, especially if you're away for more than a few days. These may be days that you have a leisurely morning breakfast, indulge in a spa day, or simply take it easy in your bed and breakfast or hotel. Use rest days to reflect on your experiences and enjoy a leisurely pace. It will give you a chance to assimilate your trip and ensure you're living every day to its full potential. Mix different activity types. A well-rounded trip includes a mix of different activities that appeal to your interests. Whether it's culture, adventure, relaxation, or nature, having a variety of experiences will make your trip exciting and well-rounded. Smart strategy. Attempt to schedule 1 adventurous or active, 1 cultural, and 1 relaxing activity each day. For example, you can hike in the morning, take an afternoon stroll through a museum, and enjoy sunset at the beach in the evening. Make your days varied to remain energized and intrigued. This approach prevents boredom and enables you to get the best out of all types of experiences. Conclusion: the trip you've always wanted. Creating the perfect vacation is a matter of crafting an experience that meets your desires, preferences, and budget. By tailoring your itinerary, finding affordable luxury, squeezing every moment, and finding that sweet spot between exploration and relaxation, you will make your vacation memorable and enjoyable. And by keeping in mind a thoughtful approach to planning, you can craft the ultimate vacation, one that enriches, renews, and prepares you for your next journey. Chapter 10: Visa Rules and Travel Restrictions. Before taking off on any overseas journey, it is worth knowing the regulations for traveling and visa procedures of your destination. These can be highly varied depending on where you are headed, your nationality, and current world circumstances. In this chapter, we're going to cover the most important things you need to do to ensure that you are prepared and well-versed in terms of the entry conditions for where you are off to, so you don't have any nasty surprises or delays. Examining visa requirements. Visas often comprise a significant part of preparations before travel. Visa is an official document allowing you to travel to a nation for a specific period and purpose. While tourism, business, or study may require a visa in some countries, visa-free entry may be allowed, or visas may be issued on arrival in other countries. Knowing the different kinds of visas. Make sure you meet the country's legal requirements for visitation. Tourist visa: it is the most common form of visa for tourists. It typically allows for 30 to 90-day visitation depending on the country's policy. Business visa: if you're traveling for business negotiations, conferences, or meetings, you can demand a business visa. The conditions for this visa may be different. For example, invitations by company or business contacts. Transit visa: If you're traveling to a country in transit to some other destination, you may need a transit visa. These are valid for very short times only, usually not more than 72 hours. Student or work visa. When staying in a country for an extended period, for example, work or study, you'll need a specific visa according to your activity, such as a work or student visa. Smart strategy. Always check the embassy website or the consulate of your country to confirm what kind of visa you need. Check carefully the requirements for both, since the paperwork and application process will be completely different. Visa waiver programs and electronic travel authorization, ETA. These countries have provisions for visitors from specific countries to come for a specified period of time without a visa. These programs are commonly called visa waiver programs and allow for quicker and easier travel. In others, countries can require foreigners to apply for an electronic travel authorization, ETA, or an ESTA, electronic system for travel authorization, before leaving. Check if your destination nation has a visa waiver scheme for your country. The U.S. Visa Waiver Program, VWP, and the Schengen area of the European Union are two examples. If you are qualified, kindly be sure to request an ETA or ESTA online prior to travel. These questionnaires are usually straightforward but can take several days to process, so do allow sufficient time. Now that you have determined the type of visa you need, the next thing to do is apply for it. Application procedures may vary depending on the country, but the process would generally involve submitting documents, completing forms, and paying application fees. Gather documents needed. Each visa application requires certain documents that declare your eligibility and authenticate your visa application. Common documents are passport with a validity period of not less than 6 months from your visit. Smart strategy. Start your visa application early. Some visas are processed in weeks or even months, so don't leave it until the last minute. Double verify the embassy or consulate location to check if you have all the paperwork required for your specific visa application. Incomplete or erroneous paperwork can delay. Visa interview and biometrics. Some countries require the applicants to attend a visa interview or submit biometric data, such as fingerprints, as part of the visa application. These are most common for long-stay visas, employment visas, or study visas. Smart strategy. If you are required to attend an interview, prepare in advance by verifying your travel schedule, visa application, and supporting documents. Prepare to indicate the purpose of your visit and provide any additional information necessary for the consular officer. When biometric data is requested, make sure to schedule an appointment for fingerprinting or photo submission well in advance. Travel controls are usually motivated by global events such as health crises, political instability, or natural catastrophes. The pandemic caused by COVID-19 in recent times has prompted blanket changes to conditions of entry, such as quarantine restrictions, testing policies, and vaccine screening. Before booking your trip, make sure to check the health and safety regulations in place for your destination. Many countries now require proof of vaccination, a negative PCR test, or both before allowing entry. Quarantine upon arrival is also a possibility in some countries. Smart strategy. Visit the official health department or embassy website of your destination to confirm the current health protocols. Carry all the necessary health documents, for example, vaccination or test certificate documents. Keep both digital and physical copies for quick retrieval. Stay up to date with new travel warnings, as legislation can change very often, especially during times of health crises. No travel bans or entry restrictions. Countries sometimes impose travel bans or restrictions on certain regions or countries due to political or security reasons. Make sure that you're aware of any bans that might affect your travel plans. Smart strategy. Regularly check the official travel advisory websites for your government and the destination country's government to stay informed of any entry restrictions. If your destination is politically unstable, then research alternative destinations in case you will be forced to change your plans. Preparation for easy entry. Once you have your visa and verified that travel restrictions allow entry, it is important to prepare for a smooth process of entry. Learn about the entry requirements. Each country offers its own entry regulations into the country. For example, customs declaration, proof of accommodation, return ticket, and financial proof that you are able to sustain your stay. Smart strategy. Prepare a traveling folder with all the papers needed: passport, visa, travel insurance, hotel booking, and return tickets. Know what can be brought into the country. Some countries have strict customs regulations, and failure to declare some items will result in fines or delays. Customs and immigration procedures. Upon arrival, you'll be cleared through immigration control. The process may involve showing your visa, responding to questions about your visit, and having your biometrics read. Smart strategy. Have an answer ready when the immigration officers ask you questions about your purpose of visit, how long you plan on staying, and where you will be living. Always answer politely and honestly. Keep a smiling face and be patient during the process of customs. In some cases, the process may be slower than expected, so make sure to have all your documents ready. Conclusion. Travel prepared and stress-free. Understanding the restrictions on traveling and visa conditions is important for an enjoyable and hassle-free trip. By conducting adequate research on the procedure for obtaining a visa, understanding the travel restrictions, and preparing your documents in advance, you will avoid potential difficulties that may delay or ruin your trip. Preparation will ensure that when you arrive at your destination, you'll enjoy your tour without any legal or bureaucratic complications. In the next chapter, we'll dive into how to maximize your travel experience by maintaining a healthy balance between relaxation, exploration, and wellness. Chapter 11. Sustainable travel. How to reduce your carbon footprint while exploring the world. As the world becomes increasingly aware of environmental impacts, sustainable travel has become an essential practice for the mindful traveler. Travel is one of the world's largest industries, but it also results in environmental degradation, over-tourism, and trash. As the planet becomes increasingly eco-conscious, it's never been more important to reduce your footprint as you explore the world. In this chapter, you'll discover useful tips and gain insight into sustainable travel practices that allow you to protect the planet while creating lifelong memories. Understanding sustainable travel. What is sustainable travel? Sustainable travel involves minimizing the impact of your journey by taking responsible decisions that help local individuals, cultures, and environments. It is not green travel necessarily, but being concerned with the long-term effects of your journey, both on the environment and people of these destinations. Lessening environmental impact. Sustainable tourism aims to reduce the negative environmental effects of travel. These include reducing carbon footprints, conserving natural resources, and minimizing waste. With conscious choices, travelers can minimize their impact and help preserve the environment for the next generations. Social sustainability. Other than the environment, sustainable travel is also advantageous to local communities as it encourages respect for local cultures and economies. This includes engaging with locals in a respectful manner and supporting businesses that emphasize fair trade, sustainability, and the preservation of cultures. Why sustainable travel matters. Tourism has grown exponentially, as has its influence on the environment. The global tourism industry produces enormous amounts of waste, consumes natural resources, and is responsible for a significant proportion of carbon emissions thanks to air travel. Sustainable travel is a way of squaring the circle between our desire to see the world and our desire to save it. The impact of tourism on the planet. The largest contributor to carbon emissions in tourism is air travel. Over-tourism can also lead to habitat destruction, pollution, and pressure on local infrastructure. Tourists can reduce these impacts through sustainable travel methods, contributing to long-term preservation. Sustainable tourism ensures that the culture and beauty of the places we visit can be enjoyed by future generations as well. This means providing support for conservation, encouraging responsible development, and prioritizing those activities that focus on long-term sustainability. Eco-friendly transportation. Transport is one of the biggest contributors to the environmental impact of travel. Regardless of whether you fly, drive, or take the train, your choices about how to get from point A to point B can have an enormous impact on your carbon footprint. Alternatives to flying. While planes are generally the fastest way to get to a place, they're also the most carbon-forming way of getting there. Fear not, however. There are eco-friendly options that will allow you to travel more sustainably without giving up your adventure. Trains and buses. One of the most sustainable forms of travel is train travel, particularly in regions like Europe, Asia, and North America. Trains release much less carbon than planes and offer a scenic path that allows you to see the country from a different perspective. Another cheap and low-impact option for local travel or regional travel is buses. Smart strategy: take overnight trains or long-haul buses where possible. This removes the need for a hotel room and spares energy use. The majority of train routes have sleeping cars, which are cozy and handy and reduce your contribution to pollution. Electric vehicles, EVs, and carpooling. Electric vehicles, EVs, are becoming more accessible, and car rentals at most destinations now offer electric or hybrid cars. If renting a car is unavoidable, an EV will reduce your carbon footprint. Smart strategy: for car rentals, opt for hybrid or electric cars first. Use ride-sharing services like Lyft and Uber with EV options, or find local carpool plans to reduce cars on the roads. Walking and cycling. There's no more environmentally friendly way to travel than by foot or bicycle. Not only will you reduce your carbon footprint to zero, but you'll also see the destination at a slower pace and interact with locals. Smart strategy: use a bicycle on rent or simply walk to nearby places instead of taking taxis or public transportation. Almost all cities across the globe are now bike-friendly and pedestrian-friendly, making it convenient to move about without polluting the environment. Carbon offsetting programs. If air travel is unavoidable, carbon offset programs are a way of reversing the environmental damage your trip has done. The program finances projects that reduce or trap carbon emissions, such as reforestation and renewable energy initiatives. What are carbon offsets? Carbon offsets allow travelers to neutralize the carbon they emit during their journey by investing in environmental projects. For example, tree planting or investing in wind project power can offset flight emissions. Smart strategy: most airlines and travel agents offer the option to buy carbon offsets at the time of booking. Check if your airline is participating in carbon offset programs, or purchase offsets directly from providers like MyClimate. Sustainable accommodation options. In selecting accommodation, look for establishments that adhere to sustainable tourism. Hotels, hostels, and eco-lodges that are environmentally responsible reduce your travel impact while offering you a fulfilling experience. Eco-friendly hotels and lodging. What to look for in green hotels. Green hotels use energy-efficient equipment, save water, and promote recycling. Opt for accommodations with green certifications, such as Green Key or EarthCheck, which reflect a commitment to sustainability. Smart tip: when booking accommodation, check for eco certifications. Most eco-friendly hotels and lodges also offer locally grown food, reducing the carbon footprint of transportation and promoting local economies. Supporting locally owned accommodations. Staying in locally owned, operated, and boutique hotels, guest houses, or homestays not only helps the local community, but also reduces the impact left by large hotel chains. These small-scale properties are more likely to be aware of their environmental footprint. Smart strategy: utilize booking sites such as Airbnb or Booking.com to book locally owned lodging. In rural or remote communities, choose family-operated lodges or campsites, which have a higher chance of implementing sustainable practices. Minimizing waste. Waste reduction is an important aspect of sustainable travel. Whether it's plastic bottles, food waste, or excess packaging, the amount of waste that can accumulate during your trip can be staggering. Luckily, there are numerous ways to reduce your footprint. Reducing plastic. Reusable water bottles and bags. Bring your own reusable water bottle to avoid buying single-use plastic water bottles. Most airports and holiday destinations now have water refill stations, where you can refill for nothing. Smart tip. Buy a collapsible water bottle to save travel space. Decline plastic bags by bringing a reusable shopping bag, which can be used for everything from shopping to souvenirs. Avoiding single-use toiletries. Most resorts and hotels provide mini toiletries in single-use plastic bottles. Instead, bring your own shampoo and conditioner in refillable bottles. Some eco-friendly hotels provide bulk toiletries and refillable dispensers, which reduces waste. Sustainable shopping and dining. Eco-friendly shopping. Support local artisans and businesses by purchasing locally made products instead of mass-produced souvenirs. Never purchase items made from endangered species, such as ivory, and be cautious of items made from products that may contribute to overconsumption. Smart tip. Go to local markets where you can purchase handmade, sustainable crafts. Not only is your carbon footprint reduced, but you are also supporting the local economy as well. Eating local and reducing food waste. Eating local, vegetable-based cuisine helps in preserving sustainable food systems. Opt for organic food and locally sourced ingredients whenever possible. Reduce food wastage by ordering half portions or sharing a meal, which also allows you to try a number of local dishes. Smart tip. Eat at restaurants that feature locally produced seasonal ingredients. When shopping at a market, choose products with minimal or no packaging, or use your own bags. Conclusion: traveling responsibly. Sustainable travel isn't just a trend, it's a movement that will help ensure that our planet remains a viable and beautiful place for future generations of travelers. By making simple, mindful decisions about how we travel, where we stay, and what we consume, we can collectively reduce our impact and make a positive difference in the world. As you start planning your next trip, keep in mind that all your choices matter. Use environmentally friendly transportation, select eco-lodges, reduce your waste, and shop locally. Sustainable travel does not equate to less comfort or adventure. It is all about exploring the world in a responsible manner and leaving it a little better than how we found it. In the next chapter, we will talk about how you can arrange a budget trip without compromising on the quality of your trip and getting the best out of every single dollar you spend. Chapter 12. Budget Travel. Smart money saving strategies for any traveler. Travel overseas doesn't have to break the bank. If you apply the right strategies, it's possible to travel to foreign destinations, immerse yourself in new cultures, and have incredible experiences without breaking the bank on your journeys. This guide is a master guide to saving money on your holiday, ranging from budget flights and accommodation to eating cheaply and doing things for nothing. With some careful choices, you can make the most of your travel budget while you experience the adventure of a lifetime. Finding cheap flights and accommodation. How to find cheap flights. Flights tend to be the most costly part of your vacation budget, but by planning ahead of time when and how you purchase your flights, you can snag great bargains and eliminate a gigantic expense off your bill. Use flight comparison sites. Travel websites like Skyscanner, Google Flights, and Momondo compare multiple airlines and booking websites, so you can view the cheapest prices. Set up price alerts to track for fare reductions, which allow you to book when fares are cheapest. Smart strategy. Book flights 6 to 8 weeks in advance for best prices. Be flexible with your travel dates. Midweek flights are often cheaper than weekend flights. Use incognito mode while searching to avoid the fare hike because of your search history. Fly on less busy days and times. Flight during weekdays is usually cheaper, especially on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Secondly, flights that operate at early morning or late night hours usually have more affordable prices. Smart strategy. Make off-peak hours, like early mornings or late evenings, your choice of travel, which usually have cheaper ticket prices. Look at arriving at secondary airports, which will be further away from city centers but usually have lower prices. Book connecting flights. Direct flights are convenient but with a higher price. Booking connecting flights saves money, even if the travel time is longer. Smart strategy. Check whether a flight to one city and then train or bus ride to your destination is cheaper than a direct flight. Use search engines like Skyscanner to find multi-city flights offering the best deal. Cheap accommodation choices. Accommodation is one of the large expenses, but there are several ways to save money on accommodation without sacrificing comfort or convenience. Use Airbnb and hostel booking websites. Internet websites like Airbnb, Hostelworld, and Booking.com allow you to book rooms in private homes, flats, and hostels, which are lower than the average cost of a hotel. You can even find accommodation with a kitchenette to be able to save on meals. Smart strategy. Book a private room in a hostel or guest house if you desire privacy without shelling out a hotel fee. Look for accommodation with a kitchen facility so you can prepare your own meals and don't have to eat out. Rent guest houses or homestays. Guest houses or family homestays are budget-friendly, a genuine experience, and allow you to be more integrated with the local culture. These forms of accommodation are also more sustainable and community-oriented. Smart strategy. Hire homestays, which offer insight into the local scene and better value rates compared to hotels. Always check the reviews to ensure the hygiene and quality of the accommodation. Look for discounts and promotions. Sign up on accommodation websites or use loyalty programs offering discounts, complimentary nights, or early bird rates. Most travel sites' book websites also offer flash sales or discounted last-minute prices. Smart strategy. Use apps like Hotel Tonight to book accommodations last minute at cheap prices. Join reward schemes, for example, Hotels.com or Booking.com geniuses, and receive rewards, discounts, and perks like complimentary breakfast or room upgrades, saving on food and eating. Food is probably the highlight of traveling, but it has a tendency to rack up very quickly. Fortunately, there are many ways to eat well on a budget and still enjoy the authentic experience. Street food and local eating. Find street markets. Street vendors provide cheap and genuine local food. Street food in most of the world is an integral part of the local culture, providing good food which is affordable and satisfying. Smart strategy. Eat at local food stalls and street eateries for inexpensive, freshly cooked food. Always see where locals are dining, as these places usually have the best value and most flavorful food. Eat where locals eat. Avoid tourist traps and eat at local restaurants and cafes that are resident-friendly. These will probably be less expensive and offer more authentic food than those tourist-friendly restaurants. Smart strategy. Ask locals where to eat. Sometimes the best dishes are found in hidden gems. Use apps like TripAdvisor to find highly rated, inexpensive local eating establishments. Self-catering and picnics buy locally from markets. Shopping in local markets is a good way to cut down on meals. You can buy fresh ingredients and make your own meal, and this will normally be cheaper than dining out for every meal. Smart strategy. Shop at local markets and supermarkets for fresh vegetables, fruits, bread, cheese, and so forth. Preparing simple meals like sandwiches or salad can save you money. If you do have a kitchen available, plan a few meals a week when you are cooking for yourself. Pack picnics for day trips. If you are venturing out for a day of sightseeing, pack a picnic. Buying ready-to-eat snacks or meals at the grocery store can be considerably cheaper than eating at a tourist site. Smart strategy. Prepare fruits, nuts, sandwiches, and snacks for day trips. This will save you from unnecessary costs of highly priced food near tourist attractions. Take reusable containers and utensils to minimize wastage and be eco-friendly. Free activities and attractions. One of the greatest things you can do to stretch your travel costs is by embracing free activities and experiences. Most places and cities have wonderful views and cultural experiences that do not require an entrance fee. Free tourist attractions. Visit free museums and galleries. A few museums and galleries across the globe offer free entry on specific days of the week or during specific times. Even if they don't, a few have listed recommended donation amounts, which means you can give what you can. Smart strategy. Seek out free admission days for renowned museums and sites of cultural interest. Study local free museums or exhibitions that are not usually included in tourist brochures, but are good sources of information on the local culture. Public beaches and parks. Public beaches, gardens, and parks are excellent places to relax and enjoy some greenery for free. These are excellent places to have a picnic, people watch, or simply unwind after a frenetic day of sightseeing. Smart strategy. Take an afternoon off at a park, beach, or nature preserve. Most cities have open public green space for free. Pack your own food and beverages to avoid the need for expensive food or beverages. Local festivals and events. Most cities have free or low-cost festivals, outdoor concerts, parades, and markets throughout the year. These cultural attractions are a great way to get the flavor of a place without shelling out any money. Smart strategy. Look at local event listings or tourism sites for free concerts, festivals, and cultural shows during your stay. Participate in free public events such as walking tours or street performances to engage with the local culture. Effective use of public transport. Getting around a city or region need not be expensive, especially if you use the public transport. Utilize public buses and trains. Public transport is normally much cheaper than taxis or ride-sharing. In most cities, you are able to purchase day passes or travel cards that enable you to ride as many times as you wish. Smart strategy. Benefit from a city transport pass to save money on multiple rides. Look for discounts in case you're traveling for multiple days or more. Learn local public transport systems and apps that provide real-time route information so you never waste time and money on wrong routes. Cycling and walking. A number of cities are having bike-sharing systems where you may take a bike for rent for small distances at very affordable prices. Walking is most often the best way to view a city, and it is completely free. Smart strategy. Rent a bike or use a bike-sharing system and sightsee an area at your own pace. Some cities have separate bike lanes, so it is a safe and comfortable option. Walk to local sites to conserve funds on transport and feel the destination more personally. Conclusion. Traveling smart without breaking the bank. Budget travel doesn't have to equate to a sacrifice in your experience. It means taking smart choices that allow you to experience the world while on a budget without sacrificing quality. From getting cheap flights and lodging to engaging in free activities and cutting costs on food, there are countless ways to make your vacation more affordable without sacrificing having the best time. By being intelligent with the way you spend your money, you can travel more, visit more locations, and enjoy memories that will last a lifetime without overspending. In the following chapter, we will unlock the door to the exciting adventure of traveling alone and learning to appreciate the journey while becoming more confident and independent. Chapter 13. Solo Travel, Building Confidence and Embracing Adventure. Perhaps one of the most transformative experiences a person can ever have is traveling alone. It's an opportunity to listen to yourself, look at things differently, and live life your own way. From a weekend getaway or a month-long journey, solo travel allows you to push yourself, take chances, and build solid confidence. In this chapter, we'll be discussing the many benefits of traveling solo, providing valuable safety tips, and teaching you how to make the most of your solo travel while offering a seamless and fulfilling experience. The benefits of solo travel. Personal growth through solo travel. Single travel is an excellent stimulus to personal development. When traveling by yourself, you have no choice but to rely entirely on yourself to move within new places, solve problems, and make decisions. This autonomy instills deeper self-confidence and independence, since you find yourself trusting your intuition, making spontaneous choices, and adapting to new circumstances. Building self-reliance. Traveling alone forces you to be resourceful and solve problems by yourself. You'll find yourself becoming resourceful and adaptable as you face language problems, transport failures, or outings in the wrong direction than initially intended. Clever strategy. Just breathe when you come face to face with a problem and remind yourself that you have the abilities to tackle whatever lies ahead of you. Keep a travel diary to reflect on your experiences and how they make you grow. Empowerment and confidence building. Solo traveling puts you in front of fears and takes you out of your comfort zone, thus making you tougher. The more you challenge the unknown, the more resilient you will become against whatever may come your way. Clever strategy. Challenge yourself by assigning yourself little tasks when you are on the go. If it is traveling through a congested city, doing something new, or interacting with the locals, these small triumphs will boost your confidence as each day passes. Empowerment and freedom. One of the most liberating aspects of solo travel is the freedom that comes with it. Without anyone else to plan around, you are completely free to do whatever you feel like with your travel plans. You can do what you want, wherever you want, and change your mind whenever you want. Complete control over your itinerary. When you travel independently, you have all the decision-making powers, from where to go, when to leave, and how long to remain. You are free to travel on your terms and enjoy activities that mean the most to you, without having to accommodate the interests of others. Smart strategy. Identify what interests you most in the destination, whether it is adventure, culture, or relaxation. Let your interests guide your travels. Carve out space in your schedule for improvisation. Too often, the most vivid memories are where you didn't stick to the plan. Freedom to wander. Traveling alone gives you the liberty to go where you choose, without being constrained by a strict agenda. If you fall in love with a location and want to dawdle, then you may. If something strikes your fancy that isn't on your agenda, it's simple to change your plans. Smart strategy. Don't rush your travels. If you discover you fall in love with the destination, treat yourself to additional time and live in the moment, staying safe while traveling alone. Solo travel gives you a sense of empowerment and freedom. However, care must always be taken and precautions made for safety. Below are some must-apply tips that will ensure you are safe as you travel alone. Basic safety measures. Safety should always be your top priority, especially if you are solo traveling. Staying vigilant and taking positive action will allow you to minimize risks and remain safe as you travel. Trust your instincts. Your gut instincts are one of your best means of protecting yourself. If something doesn't feel right, whether it's a situation, someone, or somewhere, go with your instincts and move away. Your instincts will most likely tell you if something isn't right. Smart strategy. If you don't like what you're feeling, don't hesitate to leave a situation, even if it's uncomfortable. Trusting in yourself is step one toward being safe. Stay alert in foreign places. When you're somewhere new, pay attention to what's going on around you. Avoid being distracted by continuously staring at your phone, and carry your bags close to your body in tourist areas or busy areas. Smart move. Wear a crossbody bag or money belt to keep your valuables secure and within reach. At busy areas like markets or transportation hubs, be aware of your surroundings and protect your belongings. Keep copies of important documents. Make copies of important documents such as your passport, visa, and travel insurance in the event they get lost or stolen. Make secure online copies or save them in a password-encrypted folder. Smart tip. Duplicate your passport, travel insurance, and emergency contact information and keep them separately from the originals. Save digital copies of documents in a safe cloud storage or encrypted folder for quick access. Accidents can occur, and being prepared is the secret to getting through any unforeseen incident while traveling alone. Know your destination's emergency contacts. Find and save emergency contacts for police, fire, and medical services at your destination. Emergency numbers in some places might be different, so save them in advance. Smart strategy. Copy down or save the local emergency contact numbers on your telephone, and carry a hard copy with you in case your telephone is stolen or runs out. Learn basic phrases in the local language. While most of the people who live in tourist areas do know some English, it is still a good idea to memorize a few basic words in the host nation's language. In the case of an emergency, words like help, hospital, and police can be very useful. Smart strategy. Learn basic words and phrases in the host country's language. For example, to ask for directions, order food, and seek help in an emergency situation, meeting people, and making friends abroad. One of the joys of solo traveling is being able to meet new people and form enduring friendships. Below are how to connect with fellow travelers and locals, even when you are traveling alone. Social travel sites and apps. Couchsurfing. It enables solo travelers to get connected with locals who offer free couches, so you're able to meet people and get an idea of life like the locals experience. Meetup. Utilize the app to find social clubs or activities of interest to you. It is a great way to meet other travelers or locals who share the same interests. Smart strategy. Attend group events or meetups to network and communicate with other travelers. And it is easy to meet people who become lifetime friends or offer excellent insider tips on the location. Building friendships with locals. Engage with locals. No matter whether you are at a coffee shop, museum, or outdoor market, don't be afraid to talk with locals and initiate a conversation. Locals are more approachable than we think. An unstructured dialogue can lead to meaningful experiences. Intelligent approach. Learn some key phrases in the local tongue and use them as a conversation starter. Even if you don't speak in full competence, locals will welcome the effort. Participate in cultural or community activities, including cooking classes, volunteering, or neighborhood outings, to meet locals and immerse yourself in the culture. Creating your own itinerary. Having one of the greatest freedoms of solo travel is that you have complete control over your itinerary. This is how to plan an itinerary that suits your interest with allowance for spontaneity and flexibility. Flexibility and freedom. Solo travel is all about indulging in the luxury of changing your plans at your whim. Of course, you can have a rough idea of things to do, but leave some scope for spontaneous activities, recommendations from locals, or downtime. Plan key activities, but leave room for exploration. It is wonderful to have a list of all that you want to see and do, but don't overplan. Leave in some extra time each day to meander through neighborhoods, sample new food, or simply take it easy. Intelligent planning strategy. Add in some free days where you don't have scheduled plans. This way, you will have time to meander where you'd like and take advantage of spontaneous moments. Solo travel planning tips. Plan around your interests. Regardless of whether you're a history buff, nature lover, foodie, or art enthusiast, plan your trip to concentrate on doing the very things that thrill you the most. This personalized concentration guarantees that you're experiencing the best out of your single trip. Start with small destinations. If you are traveling alone for the first time, begin with a destination that is safe and friendly to solo travelers. This will give you the assurance to travel further as you gain more comfort with the experience. Conclusion. Embrace the adventure. Traveling alone is one of the richest experiences you can undertake. Solo travel tests you, makes you stronger, and rewards you beyond your wildest dreams. Although it might appear daunting at first, the liberty, autonomy, and self-assurance gained through solo travel are invaluable. By keeping yourself safe, encountering new individuals, and having a customized plan, you'll have a memorable experience that will educate and change you as an individual and a traveler. In the next chapter, we'll explore family-friendly travel and provide tips for navigating the joys and challenges of traveling with children and teens, ensuring that your family trip is both memorable and enjoyable. Traveling with kids and teens is also its own pleasure and trial. While family vacations are the richest experience, they also must be planned carefully and require flexibility to please everyone and maintain interest. You may be traveling with small kids, teens, or both, but this chapter will assist you in negotiating the top methods of choosing family-friendly destinations, packing wisely, saving dollars, and organizing a trip everyone will enjoy. Choosing family-friendly locations. A destination plays an important role for family travel. Different members of the family will need different things, from toddlers who need nap time to teenagers who require excitement, and it's therefore sensible to choose locations that will be able to cater to a lot of different interests. Best family travel destinations. Theme parks and resorts. If you're looking for an all-inclusive experience, theme parks like Disneyland, Universal Studios, or Legoland are popular options. These destinations offer a variety of activities that can appeal to children of all ages, from thrilling rides for teens to gentle attractions for younger children. Smart strategy. Research theme park packages that include accommodations, meals, and fast-track passes. Many parks also offer family suites or kid-friendly amenities. Book rides and show tickets ahead of time for the cost and time savings. Use apps or websites that allow monitoring of wait times for shows and rides, cultural and outdoor destinations. For those seeking a more learning-focused vacation, consider destinations that offer cultural exploration or wilderness adventure. Rome, Paris, and Kyoto are urban destinations with their choice of museums, historical landmarks, and interactive cultural pursuits that families and adults alike will treasure. Nature lovers can savor the unforgettable nature of national parks in Yellowstone, Banff, or Costa Rican rainforests. Smart strategy: choose a destination that has a mix of cultural activities, nature exploration, and relaxation time so everyone has something to enjoy. Look for family-friendly guided tours where there are activities organized for both kids and adults, balancing adventure and relaxation. Travel with children can turn into an exhausting series of action-packed days. To avoid burnout, energetic activities should be counterbalanced by relaxed time. Visiting the beach, picnicking in the park, or just strolling through a neighborhood market can be a welcome respite. Smart strategy: create a schedule with alternating action-packed days and rest days. Include quiet afternoons outside or easy explorations to recover. Insert 1 or 2 down days when there is nothing significant planned, giving your family time to relax, reflect, or indulge in some spontaneous adventures. Packing and preparing travel for children. Packing for your family holiday requires planning and advanced thought. In an effort to minimize stress levels and not miss anything important, having a well-organized packing plan is key. Travel must-haves for children and toddlers. Packing the little ones. When traveling with young children and toddlers, be sure to pack lots of snacks, entertainment, and comfort items. Bring favorite toys, books, and even a favorite pillow or blanket to help adjust to new settings. Smart strategy: prepare a travel bag for each child, with items that may be used during the flight, in the car, or while waiting at the airport. Include small toys, coloring books, headphones, and snacks. Include extra nappies, wipes, and spare clothes in your carry-on. Do not forget to include a travel-size disinfectant or hand sanitizer to clean things up. Food and snacks. Kids and parents need to be fed on long trips, so keep snacks handy at all times. Bringing your own food along can save you money and give your kids familiar options when you're traveling. Smart strategy: stuff a stash with plenty of healthy snack foods like fresh fruit, granola bars, crackers, and nuts, and some treats to keep the kids occupied. Don't forget a refillable water bottle for each child to keep them hydrated on the trip. Management of screen time. Teenagers are glued to their devices, and while technology can keep them engaged on long flights or road trips, screen time must be managed and offline activities encouraged as well. Smart strategy: enforce limits on screen time by encouraging other activities like reading, journaling, or playing games. Download music, books, or movies prior to travel to avoid Wi-Fi dependence while traveling. Let teens pick what they prefer to take with them, for example, games, gadgets, headphones. Involve teens in the planning. Teenagers might be more open to participating in the trip if they feel their interests have been taken into account. Engage them in the planning by seeking their opinion regarding places to go or activities to do. Smart strategy: make your teen focus on one activity or destination that they're particularly keen about. Whether it's a food tour, visiting a historical site, or tasting an adventure activity, it makes them feel that they own the trip. Budget family activities. Traveling with children and teenagers doesn't have to be a pricey experience. You can have fun experiences with some imagination without draining your pocket. Free or low-cost activities. Public beaches and parks. One of the most affordable and wonderful things to do to entertain the family is to take off to the nearby parks or beaches. These destinations offer the open space to run, play, and explore for free to gain entry. Smart strategy: spend the day at a public park or at the beach. Bring a picnic and play outdoor games like frisbee, soccer, or hiking. Some parks also provide free visitor centers or museums, which are a great place to spend some time as a family. Walking tours and free events. A few cities also have free walking tours or free outdoor cultural activities like open-air markets, concerts, or local festivals. Utilize these free events to see the destination in an interesting and lively way. Check the local tourism website or community bulletin boards for free outdoor festivals or walking tours. Look for family-friendly concerts or festivals where the children can participate in the events and performances. Outdoor adventures. Exploring nature together. Hiking, kayaking, or biking in nature are great things to do to spend family time outdoors. National parks, nature preserves, and even park trails offer unlimited means of family adventure from easy to hard, depending on age. Smart strategy. Plan a family hike using shorter, less strenuous trails that everyone can manage. Pack a picnic lunch for a rest stop along the way. Rent bikes to take an afternoon tour of a lovely area or city. Having a routine on the go. Maintaining routine while traveling is important for kids and teens to feel secure and not become travel weary. Having regular meal times, sleeping arrangements, and breaks planned keeps everyone happy and healthy throughout the trip. Having control over sleep and mealtime sleep routines. Having a daily sleep routine will minimize the effects of jet lag and enable all to enjoy full rest. Bring along favorite items like a pillow or blanket to reassure children in unfamiliar environments. Smart strategy. Continue the bedtime routine of the children even while traveling to another time zone. Gradually taper their sleep schedule before journey if needed. Make sure all members have a chance to relax before sleeping, perhaps by reading a book, heating up in the bathtub, or watching a soothing TV show. Establish meal times. Meal times can be disrupted during travel, but sticking to them keeps all members in good spirits. Eat meals around the same time each day and prepare some meals to give the family healthier dietary options. Attempt to eat regular meals, even on extended travel days. Steer clear of too many sweets to keep from having mood swings or being hungry several hours later. Eat at family-style restaurants whenever possible that serve several different things to accommodate various tastes. Conclusion: making family travel memorable and enjoyable. Traveling in families is not just about witnessing new things. It's about creating shared experiences, strengthening family bonds, and memories that will stay with you forever. With careful choice of destinations, smart packing, being economical, and following routine, you can ensure everyone has a great time exploring and traveling together. Whether you're traveling with toddlers, teens, or a mix of both, the key to a successful family trip is balance between activities and relaxation, fun and education, spontaneity and planning. With the right approach, family travel can be both enjoyable and enriching for all ages. In the next chapter, we'll explore travel photography and how to capture your family's adventures in a way that makes those memories last forever. Chapter 15. Travel photography, keeping memories and scenic views in a professional way. Travel photography is more than just snapping pictures. It's about capturing the emotions, beauty, and unique experiences that make each journey special. Whether you're using a smartphone or a professional camera, the key is to be mindful of your surroundings, experiment with different angles, and embrace the art of storytelling through images. By developing your photography skills, you'll be able to preserve your memories in a way that lasts long after the trip is over. Travel photography, discovering the soul of a place. It was early morning in the narrow alleyways of Chefchaouen, Morocco, the Blue City. The air was still cool from the night, and the silence was only broken by the distant sound of roosters and the soft sweep of a broom. As golden sunlight spilt over blue-washed walls, painting them in layers of aquamarine and cobalt, a quiet magic settled in. This moment, fleeting and serene, could have easily been lost in the rush of itinerary checklists and bucket list distractions. But with camera in hand and heart attuned to the beauty around, a traveler sees differently. You don't just take a photo, you feel it first. Travel photography is not just about snapping sights. It's about preserving what it felt like to be there. The hush of a hidden temple in Kyoto, the laughter of children in a hillside village in Guatemala, the biting wind on a mountaintop in Patagonia. It's about capturing that unseen thread that connects emotion to environment. Whether you're using a smartphone or a high-end DSLR, the camera becomes your storytelling companion. A cobblestone path winding through a sleepy town square, a wrinkled face lit by candlelight, the reflection of lanterns on rain-soaked streets in Vietnam. These are more than pictures. They are pieces of memory. And the secret isn't in having the best gear. It's in learning to slow down, to observe, to notice the little things. The sway of prayer flags in the Himalayas, the warm scent of spices at a bustling market in Istanbul, or the silence that blankets an Icelandic fjord under falling snow. It's in looking twice at what most people walk past. Great travel photography happens when you're present, when you let the rhythm of a place guide your lens, when you frame not just what you see, but what you feel. Because in the end, the most powerful souvenirs aren't things you can buy. They're the stories your photos will continue to tell long after the journey ends. Remote work has transformed how we think about travel. No longer limited to vacation or time off, today's digital nomad is able to work from almost anywhere in the world. This chapter delves into the exciting world of digital nomadism, with real-world advice on how to balance travel and work, set up a productive mobile office, and stay productive while exploring new destinations. Whether you're freelancing, running your own business, or working for a virtual employer, this chapter will guide you through the digital nomad lifestyle and help you maximize your experience. Becoming a digital nomad. What it means to be a digital nomad. A digital nomad is someone who uses technology to perform work remotely, allowing them to travel and live anywhere on the planet. This is the ultimate way of life regarding flexibility, as long as you possess a laptop, a decent internet connection, and the ability to adapt in new locations. The appeal of digital nomadism. Digital nomads can travel to new cities, cultures, and countries without sacrificing business or career. The lifestyle offers complete freedom for you to work from different locations and travel on your own, without being tied to one location. Smart strategy. If you want to become a digital nomad, consider your career and remote work prospects. The majority of professions, such as graphic design, writing, computer programming, and marketing, are suitable for remote work. Types of digital nomads. Digital nomads come in a variety of forms. Freelancers with multiple clients, those who work for companies that allow remote work, and entrepreneurs with their own businesses. Some are location-independent entrepreneurs who base their businesses on the road, often in consulting, coaching, or e-tailing businesses. Smart strategy. Define your digital nomad journey. Are you a freelancer, remote employee, or entrepreneur? This will determine your schedule and work structure. Starting your digital nomad journey. It requires a combination of planning, discipline, and flexibility to become a digital nomad. Here's how you can start. Remote work opportunities. Before you hit the road, you'll need a remote job to support yourself. Most organizations offer flexible working arrangements, and platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, and WeWork remotely connect freelancers with remote work opportunities. Smart tip. Look for remote job postings, networking opportunities, and online communities for digital nomads. Sell your skills to businesses or individuals who need virtual services. Set up your finances. As a digital nomad, you'll need to manage your finances while on the move. This includes setting up a bank account that allows international transfers, using apps like PayPal or Revolut, and managing your taxes as a freelancer or remote worker. Smart strategy. Open a multi-currency bank account or use apps that make it simple to deal with money across borders, especially if you'll be residing in different countries for extended periods of time. Setting up a mobile workspace. One of the keys to success as a digital nomad is a comfortable and functional working space. As idyllic as it might seem to work from a Bali coffee shop or Lisbon co-working facility, having the right equipment and environment can make an enormous amount of difference in maintaining productivity. essential tools for remote working. To remain productive while on the road, it's essential to possess the correct tools. These will differ based on your career, but there are several essentials that every digital nomad needs. Laptops and accessories. Your laptop is your most vital tool. Make sure it's portable, lightweight, and powerful enough to handle your workloads. Accessories such as a mouse, portable keyboard, and laptop stand can make your work area more ergonomic. Smart strategy. Invest in a durable, lightweight laptop with a good battery life. If your work involves multitasking or requires more screen space, utilize a portable monitor. Internet connectivity. A reliable and speedy internet connection is the backbone of remote work. Digital nomads typically work from cafes, libraries, or co-working spaces, but there are a few ways to ensure stable connectivity. Mobile hotspot. Get a portable Wi-Fi hotspot that allows you to use the internet anywhere. VPN. Utilize a virtual private network, VPN, for securing your data when accessing public Wi-Fi networks, especially if you're handling sensitive information. Smart strategy. Research Wi-Fi availability in locations you're considering, and always have a backup plan in case the internet isn't as reliable as you would prefer. Productivity tools. To stay organized and balance your workload, digital nomads use all kinds of productivity tools. These can be task management tools like Trello, Asana, and Notion, and time tracking tools like Toggle or Clockify to stay focused and meet deadlines. Smart strategy. Use project management software to keep your tasks, deadlines, and client communication in order. Cloud storage solutions like Google Drive or Dropbox will also keep your files organized and make them available everywhere. Booking co-working spaces. Co-working spaces work to provide a professional working environment for freelancers and remote workers. Co-working spaces typically offer high-speed internet, private offices, meeting rooms, and even networking events. Global co-working space networks. There are a number of co-working space networks around the world, including WeWork, Spaces, and Regus. Most networks offer flexible membership plans and access to locations in multiple cities and countries. Smart strategy. Look into co-working spaces at your destination before you arrive. Most spaces offer a free trial or day pass, so you can test them out before committing to a longer-term membership. Local coffee shops and libraries. And if you prefer a more laid-back atmosphere, libraries and coffee shops can also serve as great temporary offices. Wi-Fi is good in most coffee shops around the world, and they offer an ambiance that lets you work. Smart tip. Search for cafes with decent Wi-Fi and power sockets. Use Work From and other similar apps to discover the best places to work remotely at your destination, handling work and leisure. And yet, perhaps the biggest challenge to digital nomadism is managing work and the excitement of travel. With new places always beckoning, it's tempting to lose concentration. But the ability to remain productive is the key to maintaining this lifestyle in the long term. Balancing work and travel. A digital nomad's workday can be flexible, but creating boundaries and following a routine stops burnout and enables deadlines to be achieved. Create a structured daily routine. Structure your day to fit in work and play. Scheduling specific time blocks for work, whether it's from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., leaves you with the afternoon and evening to venture out and see sights. Smart tip. Time block work and personal activities to allow dedicated time for each. Take breaks and discover. Schedule breaks for yourself during the day to avoid burnout. Use the breaks to get outside, visit a local attraction, or dine at a different restaurant. It keeps your energy levels up and keeps you from feeling like you're missing out on the traveling experience. Smart strategy. Schedule work hours with breaks. Allow time for a workout or a walk in your neighborhood, which also serves to find new areas of the city. Staying productive on the road. Traveling and working entails managing distractions, new settings, and frequently a shortage of structure. To remain productive, attempt the following. Set clear work hours. Even though your work is independent of location, setting the times when you'll actually work on things keeps you on track and gives you time to enjoy your destination as well. Smart strategy. Set a clear start and end time for your workday. Use a timer, for example, Pomodoro technique, to stay focused and avoid procrastination. Create a distraction-free environment. Whether you are operating from a co-working space or a cafe, minimize distractions by using noise-canceling headphones, turning off irrelevant notifications, and bringing your full attention to the task. Smart strategy. Use apps like Forest or Focus.will to keep you focused and productive, managing loneliness and isolation. While the digital nomad lifestyle is liberating, sometimes it might also be isolating. Many digital nomads share a shared feeling of loneliness, especially when traveling alone for extended periods. Stay connected with friends and family. Use video calling, social media, and messaging apps to stay connected with friends and family. Most digital nomads also interact with other remote workers via online communities or meetups. Smart strategy. Connect with other travelers through online communities or digital nomad groups, for example, Nomad List, digital nomad Facebook groups, and share experiences. Become part of local communities. Engage with the locals by participating in meetups, social gatherings, or volunteering. Every location has expat or digital nomad groups that hold social gatherings or co-working meetups. Intelligent approach. Become a part of meetups or co-working spaces in your area to build a support network and reduce the feelings of isolation. Conclusion. Thriving as a digital nomad. Digital nomadism is a rewarding lifestyle that offers the freedom to explore the world while building a career that suits your lifestyle. By establishing an effective working space, managing your time, and staying engaged with both work and the local culture, you can maximize your remote working opportunity. Whether freelancing, being a business owner, or being employed remotely, achievement as a digital nomad depends on a balance between work and recreation, productivity and exploration. In the next chapter, we'll cover how to conquer travel anxiety, giving you practical tips to help you stay calm, confident, and excited on your travels. Chapter 17. Overcoming Travel Anxiety, Tips for Stress-Free Travel. Discovering new destinations, experiencing the culture of another people, and pushing beyond your boundaries should be exhilarating and fulfilling. For most travelers, however, worry and tension at some point or other in the course of the trip. Whether while pre-travel planning is in progress, worrying about how to negotiate a strange place, or with the unrest of being away from home, hang over them. Although there is always some nervousness, there are coping mechanisms that one can employ in order to overcome travel anxiety. This chapter will outline the cause of travel anxiety, give practical tips on how to overcome your nervousness, and allow you to remain calm and composed on your travels so as to enjoy the experience to the maximum. Understanding travel anxiety. Common causes of travel anxiety. Travel anxiety can be caused by numerous reasons, and it is important to know what makes you anxious. Knowing the reason for anxiety allows you to find ways to overcome it. Fear of the unknown. The unknown or unfamiliar element of a new destination, language, or uncertainty of traveling can cause anxiety. Not knowing what to expect, whether it is the geography of a city, local customs, or transport, can cause apprehension. Logistical stress. The complexity of planning a trip can feel overwhelming, from booking flights to organizing accommodation and managing travel documents. Delays, missed connections, and navigating airports can also increase stress levels. Separation anxiety. Being away from home or loved ones can create feelings of homesickness and anxiety. This can be particularly intense if you're traveling solo or for an extended period. Safety concerns. Travel to foreign countries or regions may evoke worries over security and safety. This is especially so for solo travelers or where the local conditions are ambiguous, such as political turmoil or health issues. How anxiety AF ekes you to your travel experience. When worry is the better part of you, it will deprive you of the joy of your trip and leave you vulnerable to stress and fatigue. Anxiety can make you be consumed, unable to unwind, or even keep you away from fully enjoying the destination. By managing anxiety, you can reclaim the excitement and adventure travel has in store for you. Pre-trip preparations for a peaceful journey. Creating a travel checklist to minimize stress. The sense of not being prepared is a universal anxiety trigger. Having an organized plan and checklist can keep you organized and avoid unnecessary stress pre-flight and on your travels. Organize your travel documents. Ensure you have all the documents you will require, such as your passport, visa if required, travel cover, flight booking, and accommodation booking. Have a copy in digital format and hard copy format, and store your documents in an easily accessible location. Smart strategy. Write down all the documents you need to have and the basics, for example, shampoo, attire, a couple of days before departure. This gives you time to attend to any last-minute needs. Plan your travel itinerary. While spontaneous travel can be exhilarating, there is some value in a rough plan. Knowing where you will be staying, how you will be traveling from place to place, and what key sites you would like to see reduces uncertainty and stress. Plot out the first few days of your itinerary with a mix of highlights and rest periods to avoid rushing. This will offer you flexibility but give you a general direction when you arrive. Visualizing your trip. Visualization is a useful tool to overcome travel anxiety. Take some time to sit down and imagine yourself having an easy, enjoyable trip. Imagine you are getting through problems with ease, enjoying the new things, and embracing the journey ahead. Intelligent strategy. Spend a few minutes a day visualizing a successful trip. Picture yourself moving through the airports with ease, experiencing local culture, and meeting new individuals. Positive visualization can help cope with the trip in a positive way. Handling common travel stressors. Handling long flights and airport stress. Airports, long flights, and hectic terminals are common stress-inducing factors for travelers. These are a few ways to make these conditions less unbearable. Prepare for security and airport procedures. Going through security is slow and annoying. Arrive early, be ready with your travel documents, and remember that airports need to process a lot of travelers quickly. Remain patient and the experience will improve. Smart strategy. Light packing and locating the essentials ID, ticket, phone, and chargers in convenient places is recommended. If you're an infrequent traveler, consider TSA PreCheck or similar services to reduce delays. Dealing with jet lag. Jet lag can contribute to travel stress, particularly when traveling across several time zones. Allow your body to adapt by staying hydrated, regulating your sleep a few days prior to departure, and getting some natural light upon arrival. Smart strategy. Control your sleeping patterns a few days before traveling to align with the destination time zone. Utilize the use of sleep masks or noise-canceling headphones to help sleep during long flights. Dealing with travel delays and changes. Travel delays, flight cancellations, and other travel disruptions are unavoidable. Though irritating, a calm attitude is the secret to successful handling of such events. Stay calm and flexible. If your flight has got delayed or canceled, don't let that ruin your vacation. Breathe deeply, stay in touch with the airline representatives, and see what other flights are available. Smart strategy. Prepare yourself for delays by carrying a small travel emergency kit with you with some snacks, games, and a power bank. This will help you stay calm if you are stuck at the airport for a long time. Know your rights. If your flight is canceled or delayed, familiarize yourself with your rights as a passenger. A majority of airlines provide compensation or vouchers for accommodations or meals in case of a long delay. Smart strategy. Document all your receipts and note the delay, as you may be entitled to reimbursement. Don't hesitate to inquire from airline representatives regarding your preference. Maintaining your mental well-being on the road. Travel can be emotionally exhausting, especially when adjusting to new environments or dealing with communication problems. Your mental health is essential to enrich your travel experience and getting the most out of your interactions. Practice mindfulness and meditation. Make mindfulness and meditation a part of your day-to-day life to reduce stress and nervousness. Even a 10-minute guided meditative session or deep breathing technique can make you feel more centered and peaceful. Smart strategy. Meditate. using apps like Headspace or Calm to guide you through brief sessions that can reduce stress on the move. Exercise to boost mental sharpness. Exercise is a proven stress buster, and it also gives a boost to your mood. Whether yoga, jog, or a short walk around your destination, it can soothe anxiety and clear your mind. Smart strategy. Carve out some time for exercise during your trip. Your hostel or hotel must have a gym facility, or use local parks for a run or a walk to remain active and mentally alert. Making time for yourself. Travel might get too much at times, and since you're constantly in transit, it might drain your mental peace. Ensure that you carve out some time for yourself for relaxation and rejuvenation. Schedule me time. Make time every day for activities that you enjoy and which can relax you, such as reading, writing, or sipping coffee at a cafe and people watching. It is in this time of solitude that your energy can be revitalized and your mind given a break from the hubbub of travel. Smart strategy. Use your time alone to reflect on your travels, write down your thoughts in a journal, or unwind without the pressure of seeing sights or interacting with people. Conclusion. Travel with confidence and calm. Travel anxiety is natural, yet it shouldn't be what defines your journey. With advanced planning, stressors managed, using your level head, and prioritizing your mental well-being, you can mitigate anxiety and completely submerge yourself in the adventure ahead. Fear of the unknown, how to get around on the trip itself, or apprehension over safety. All these, with the right strategies, can be overcome, and you can enjoy your travels. Keep in mind that travel is a chance for self-improvement, cross-cultural learning, and experiences you'll never forget. With a positive attitude, you'll not only alleviate stress, but also expose yourself to the magic of the world. In the following chapter, we will discuss travel insurance, why you need it, what it does, and how to find the optimal policy for your trip so that you can travel with confidence. Chapter 18. Travel insurance, why you need it, and how to choose the best plan. Travel is an exciting experience, but it is not risk-free. Between lost flights and medical emergencies, there are numerous unexpected events that can occur when you travel. That is why you need travel insurance. It's worth one of the best investments you can make prior to departing on any journey, providing you with financial protection and peace of mind. This chapter will explain why you require travel insurance, break down what it insures, and help you choose the best plan for your circumstances. What travel insurance covers. Travel insurance isn't a one-size-fits-all deal. It's in various packages that can cover you for a wide range of possible issues during your travel. With an understanding of what you are covered for in a travel insurance policy, you can choose which type of coverage is right for your trip. The most common types of coverage are these: trip cancellation and interruption. This coverage covers prepaid, non-refundable expenses in case you have to cancel or terminate your vacation due to unforeseen circumstances, such as sickness, family emergencies, or unexpected situations like natural disasters. When you have to cancel your flight or hotel due to sickness, family emergency, or an unexpected situation. If you need to go home early due to an emergency, you may receive reimbursement for the remainder of your trip not used. Smart strategy. When buying an expensive trip or a non-refundable flight or hotel room, investigate trip cancellation coverage. It can preserve your investment if life suddenly changes direction. Medical expenses and emergency assistance. If you become ill or injured on the road, medical attention is costly, especially abroad. Medical benefits in a travel policy can cover medical bills, hospitalization, and emergency evacuation if required. When it comes in handy, medical treatment for accidents, illness, or conditions arising during your trip. Emergency medical evacuation if traveling to a remote location where medical care is not readily accessible. Smart strategy. If you're traveling to an area of high medical risk, or if you plan to engage in activities like hiking, skiing, or scuba diving, make sure your insurance includes these activities. Baggage loss, theft, and delay. Baggage issues like missing or delayed bags can only irritate any travel. Travel insurance can cover replacing lost items, and it can cover your inconvenience in case of delayed baggage for a given period of time. When it applies, when your bag is lost, stolen, or gets damaged while traveling. If your luggage takes more than 12 to 24 hours to arrive, you are entitled to compensation for the costs of essentials like clothing, toiletries, and personal belongings. Genius tip. Take a spare set of clothes, toiletries, medication, and electronics in your hand luggage in case of delayed luggage. Travel insurance will reimburse you for essentials if your luggage fails to arrive in time. Travel delay and missed connections. Missed flights and overnight stays can be caused by weather-related delays, mechanical issues, or other circumstances. Travel insurance will cover the expense of meals, accommodations, and new travel arrangements. When it becomes relevant, if your flight is delayed or you miss a connecting flight due to circumstances beyond your control, for example, bad weather, technical problems. If a connecting flight is missed, insurance can help recover the cost of rebooking the ticket and other additional expenses. Smart strategy. Consider adding this coverage if you have close connections or are traveling in peak travel season when delays are more probable. This keeps you safe from any injuries or damages caused to other individuals during travel. In case you happen to hurt someone or their property by mistake while traveling abroad, personal liability insurance will be able to protect you from the monetary loss when you end up hurting someone or damaging their property by mistake while abroad. If you are performing high-risk activities, such as driving, hiking, or adventure activities, personal liability coverage can protect you against accidents. Choosing the best travel insurance policy. There are many travel insurance providers, and each of them offers different levels of protection and coverage. In selecting a plan, consider your specific travel needs, including the type of trip that you are taking, the activities you will be participating in, and your own health. Factors to consider when choosing travel insurance. Destination. Consider where you'll be traveling. Some countries have higher medical costs or limited healthcare access, while others may have a higher risk of natural disasters or political instability. Be sure your coverage matches the risks associated with your destination. Trip length and type. If your trip is a short one, a basic plan should suffice. For longer trips or trips involving multiple cities, however, you may want to opt for comprehensive coverage that involves trip interruption, cancellation, medical expenses, and emergency evacuation. Activities you'll be doing. If you're going to be engaging in activities like skiing, scuba diving, or high-risk sports, make sure that your policy includes high-risk activity coverage, as these would require additional coverage. Some insurance policies may exclude coverage for pre-existing medical conditions, so it's important to read the fine print. Some providers offer pre-existing condition waivers if purchased within a certain time frame of booking your trip. Smart strategy. If indeed you have any medical conditions or plan on seeking dangerous pursuits, ensure that your policy provides for these instances. Ensure you disclose all ailments when purchasing the insurance so that you will be adequately covered. Level of coverage. Insurance policies also differ with regard to coverage. From basic policies that provide coverage for trip cancellations and lost baggage, to comprehensive policies that cover medical, emergency evacuation, and liability. Assess the risks of your travels and choose a policy that offers adequate protection. Smart strategy. Opt for comprehensive travel insurance if you're traveling internationally, for an extended period, or to a destination with higher risks. Basic coverage may suffice for a short, domestic trip. Researching and comparing providers. Not all travel insurance policies are created equal, so it's important to compare providers and read customer reviews. Look for a provider that offers 24/7 customer support, clear terms, and reasonable deductibles. Reputable insurance providers. Some of the well-known travel insurance providers are World Nomads, Allianz Travel, Travel Guard, and AXA Assistance. The people trust these entities and offer several plans to meet different needs. Customer reviews. Read online reviews to understand what other travelers have experienced. Look at what they have to say regarding the claims process, customer support, and ease of communication in case of emergencies. Smart strategy. Use websites such as InsurMatrip or SquareMouth to compare various insurance plans, benefits, and prices across various providers. Travel insurance red flags to be aware of. While travel insurance is crucial, not all policies are a good investment. Be wary of policies that promise too good to be true coverage, with very low prices or very general claims that may not pass the tests when there is an emergency. Excessive exclusions. Be sure to read the fine print so you understand what's excluded. Some policies exclude specific activities or types of injuries. High deductibles. If the deductible, what you pay before the insurance kicks in, is too high, you could find yourself realizing the coverage isn't worth it in the long run. Don't compare rates without considering deductible amounts. Conclusion: travel with confidence and peace of mind. Travel insurance is a smart investment that can provide you with both financial protection and peace of mind. Once you're aware of the different types of cover and your own travel needs and shop around for insurers, you can ensure that you are well covered for your trip. Travel is all about exploration, and with the right policy of insurance, you can start your journey without a care in the world, as you are well insured for the unforeseen. In the next chapter, you will learn how to communicate overseas without knowing the local language, with advice on how to overcome language barriers and bond with locals. Chapter 19. Language barriers. How to communicate when traveling without knowing the local language. The language difference is perhaps the most common problem tourists face when traveling to foreign countries. While English speakers abound in most tourist hotspots, rural communities or smaller cities do not. Even if you are not used to communicating in the native language, however, there are several ways this barrier can be overcome and successful communication achieved. The subsequent chapter will discuss practical advice to help you bridge the gap, form genuine connections, and fulfill your travels successfully. Learning key phrases. Must-know phrases for travelers. While fluency in the local language is not necessarily necessary, learning a few key phrases can go a long way in enhancing your experience. These will help you with everyday essentials such as ordering food, asking directions, or greeting locals. Essential travel phrases. Greetings. Simple greetings like hello, good morning, good evening, and goodbye can make a good impression on the locals and can help show respect for their culture. Polite phrases, please, thank you, excuse me, and sorry are the essential words in polite conversation. Locals appreciate it when the tourists make use of plain courtesy even if they are not well versed in the local language. Helping hand, practice pronouncing phrases such as, do you speak English, or can you help me, so that you can ask for help when needed. Navigating around, practice asking directions such as where is, or how do I get to, in order to help you navigate from one location to another without getting lost. Smart strategy. Write down key phrases and practice them before your trip. You will feel confident in casual conversations, even if you are not fluent. Practice using language apps. There are numerous language learning and communication apps available in today's digital age. The apps allow you to quickly look up words, sentences, and phrases instantly, which can easily support real-time communication. Google Translate. Google Translate is a very potent language-breaking tool. It can translate text, speech, and even images such as signs or menus. You can also download the app to use without internet, which can be very useful in rural areas. Duolingo is a language learning software that helps you build foundational vocabulary and grammar skills through interactive lessons. While it's not ideal for real-time translation, it's great at being an early starter on the language and learning basic phrases to master before traveling. Smart strategy. Get Google Translate and a language learning app like Duolingo before traveling so you can learn the basics of the language. If unsure, using nonverbal communication. Nonverbal communication often works just as well as verbal communication, especially where languages are different. People everywhere use body language, gestures, and facial expressions to convey meaning, and you can do the same to your advantage. The power of body language. Your body language can convey your intentions and sentiments without even having to say a word. Some of the effective uses of body language while traveling are as follows. Facial expressions. A smile is a universal sign of friendliness, and it is an icebreaker. The confused or surprised facial expression can be used to demonstrate that you require help or clarification. Hand gestures and movements. Hand gestures are effective means of communication. For example, pointing at something, mimicking doing something like drinking or eating, or even indicating size, such as indicating how tall something is, can help convey your message. Intelligent tactic. Though gestures are beneficial, do not forget that certain hand movements have different meanings in other cultures. It's crucial to learn the cultural practices to avoid miscommunication. Using visual aids. When words and gestures do not seem to function, visual aids can be used. Showing a picture or pointing to something in a guidebook might clarify your intentions. Maps and photos. If you're searching for a destination or wish to ask about a specific location, showing a map or a photo of where you'd like to go can be of great assistance. Menu translations and apps. When ordering food or working with items on the menu, photos or images of the food can aid in decision-making. Most restaurants provide menu translations or photos showing what is available. Smart strategy. If you are lost or don't understand something, attempt to display a map or snapshot of the address to locals. They can direct you in the appropriate direction without needing to understand your language. Cultural sensitivity and language etiquette. Knowing the differences in culture when communicating is essential while traveling. In one country, eye contact or a particular gesture could mean something different from what it means in your native country. To prevent misunderstandings, one should be sensitive to the social and cultural norms. Nonverbal etiquette around the world. Eye contact. Eye contact is viewed as a sign of respect in some cultures, while in other cultures it could be viewed as being rude or aggressive. In some East Asian cultures, too much eye contact would be seen as being disrespectful, while the same gesture would be seen as confidence in Western societies. Body posture and hand gestures. Different cultures use body posture, hand gestures, and closeness in different ways. For example, in some Middle Eastern cultures, the use of the left hand for eating or in giving a gift can be seen as offensive since the left hand is considered to be dirty. Smart strategy. Before traveling, research the culture of your destination to understand body language and nonverbal etiquette. A little knowledge can go a long way in building trust and avoiding accidental offense. Politeness and formality. Different countries also have varying levels of formality in how people interact. In some cultures, it's customary to use formal titles or addresses, while in others, a first-name basis is more common. Greetings and address. The general greeting in most nations is a cheek kiss, bow, or handshake, whereas in some, it is customary to greet from a distance with hello before approaching. Always comply with local etiquette and adapt accordingly. Smart strategy. When greeting someone for the first time, observe how they greet others. If they greet formally, do the same, since it is an indicator of respect in most societies. Even if it is hard to communicate since you are not speaking the local language, attempting to engage with the locals can lead to fulfilling experiences. The following are some tips on how you can connect meaningfully despite lacking a common language. Building rapport through smiles and gestures. A smile is an international language, and all it may take to develop rapport with a local is a smile. People will appreciate the effort even if your interaction is brief or nonverbal. Be friendly and patient. Approach conversations with an open and friendly attitude and be genuinely interested in learning about the local culture. Don't be shy to ask questions and be patient when locals try to help. Participating in mutual experiences. Participating in art workshops, walking tours, or cooking classes can also offer natural conversation opportunities. You don't have to be too fluent in the language, as shared experiences allow for a sense of connection through feeling and action. Intelligent strategy. Join group tours, cooking classes, or other local activities. These allow you to bond with locals and fellow travelers while overcoming the language barrier. Language disparities are an inevitable challenge for travelers, yet they are by no means insurmountable. Being open-minded, having the proper resources and know-how, and employing the right tactics, you can effectively communicate and form true bonds with the locals even when there is no common language. With learning basic expressions and using translation software to understand nonverbal signals and respect cultural norms, you can easily and assuredly break any language barrier. In the next chapter, we will talk about the power of slow travel. Why traveling slowly is among the most rewarding things to do for a place, and how you can make the best of your travels by relishing the art of slow discovery. Chapter 20. Slow travel's power, the ultimate experience, is taking your time. In a world that otherwise seems to be speeding up at warp speed, the concept of slow travel is a refreshing corrective. Instead of racing through a packed itinerary, zipping from one tourist site to the next, slow travel asks you to take your time, absorb the energy of your destination, and immerse yourself fully in the culture. In this chapter, we will explore the philosophy of slow travel, its benefits, and how you can embrace this more contemplative, thoughtful approach to traveling around the world. What is slow travel? Slow travel is about loving the journey as well as the destination. Instead of checking off a list of sights to see, slow travelers are concerned with forming deep, meaningful connections with the places they go, people they encounter, and experiences they have. It's about relishing the moments, slowing down to appreciate the sights and sounds around you, and really living life in another location. Slow travel and traditional tourism. Traditional tourism is about being efficient, seeing as many places as you can in the least amount of time. Although this might suit a few, it has a tendency to leave you with a superficial impression of a place, leaving you rushing and detached. Slow travel, on the other hand, will lead you to slow down and enjoy each experience, spending a day exploring one neighborhood or just finding out about the people and the ways of the destination you are traveling to. Traditional tourism, fast, checklist-based tourism, that consists of visiting as many sites or locations as you can within the available time. Slow travel, immersing yourself in an area, learning about its culture, enjoying its food, and connecting with its people. Smart strategy. If you normally rush through vacations, try to go at a slower pace for one holiday. Instead of visiting 10 cities in 7 days, learn 2 or 3 thoroughly. You'll find how much richer the experience is. Embracing the journey, not just the destination. One of the underlying philosophies behind slow travel is that the experience of getting there is as important as the destination. It's about experiencing and living in the moment and allowing yourself time to absorb things at your own pace. Prioritizing the experience. Slow travelers are more apt to participate in activities that enable them to relate to their environment. Rather than working in tourist schedules by moving most of the day from place to place, slow travelers may spend hours walking in a local market, talking to vendors, or participating in events of the community. Immersive activities, attend local festivals, take a cooking class, stroll through villages, or participate in museums that tell the history of the region you're traveling to. These are some ways you can delve deeper into your destination's history and culture. Mindful discovery, rather than whizzing through a standard tour of sites, take the time to find hidden gems that aren't on the beaten path. Walk through neighborhoods not usually on the tour map and visit smaller, less busy spots where you can engage with locals and experience real culture. Smart approach. Choose 1 or 2 unique local experiences to treat yourself to rather than going to only the popular tourist spots. Perhaps it's a pasta-making cooking class in Italy or a photography walk in Tokyo. The things that allow you to connect with the culture will be the most rewarding. Appreciating the details. In slow travel, it's not about seeing everything there is to see. It's about paying attention to the little things that make a place stand out. From the architectural details to the sounds of a crowded street market, slow travel teaches you to pay attention and appreciate the little things in everyday life that usually go undetected in a hurry. The splendor of little things. Take time to simply sit and observe your world. The calm morning at a coffee shop, the rhythm of a crowded city street, or the grandeur of sunset on the ocean. Taking photos mindfully, instead of taking countless snapshots of landmarks, focus on the details that truly capture the essence of your experience. Take the time to photograph a beautifully painted door, an interesting face in the crowd, or a plate of local food. These photos will serve as a reminder of your deeper connection to the place. Smart strategy. Take it slow and appreciate the visual, auditory, and olfactory sensations of your environment. Attempt to journal your day, observing the feelings and sensory information of your experience. Long-term travel tips. One of the advantages of slow travel is that it allows you to stay in one location for an extended period. Long journeys give you the opportunity to actually involve yourself with locals, form bonds, and learn about a place from many perspectives. Long-term travel, however, does involve some preparation so that you can maximize your time abroad. Choosing the right destination. When on holiday at a relaxed pace, you must choose places where there is plenty of rich, diverse culture and things to do which you can keep yourself engaged with for a good long period. A crowded city, a quiet village, or a distant corner is what it might be. Choose places where you feel that you can settle down and learn something new each day. Lively cities or peaceful villages, consider what type of pace you like. Lively cities may have a continuous stream of events all the time, while a quiet village can provide a slower pace and less distraction, where you get to focus more on the local culture. Leasing a home or apartment for longer stays, leasing an apartment or house can make you more a part of the community. Living as a local gives you opportunities for more connection and a more authentic experience. Genius move. When planning an extended stay, consider renting a house or apartment rather than hotels. This will grant you more independence to be like a local, cook your own meals, and explore at your own rhythm. Budgeting for long-term travel. Extended travel requires a different budget plan than a short vacation. Extended leisurely trips save money on transportation by cutting down the cost of moving around and allowing you to take advantage of local deals. Slow travel discounts. Many places offer limited time discounts for longer stays, especially in the off-peak season. Look for special deals on holiday apartments, hostels, or co-living spaces that accept digital nomads and long-stay travelers. Local transportation and living cost. If you stay in the same place for a while, you may become accustomed to local transportation and receive discounts as locals do. Eating in the nearby market or cooking for yourself will also conserve your money. Smart strategy. Create a realistic budget for the duration of your stay. Consider expenses for meals, transport, and activities, and seek ways to minimize expenses, like cooking at home or taking public transportation rather than taxis. Sustainability and slow travel. Slow travel inherently tends to be sustainable. Because you remain longer in one location, you reduce your eco-footprint relative to quick, multi-destination traveling. Slow travel also encourages responsible tourism by supporting local economies, reducing waste, and investing in the local economy. Lower carbon footprint. Flights are one of the strongest carbon emitters, and constantly jumping from here to there only increases your footprint. Staying in one place for a longer period reduces the use of frequent flights or long transportation, which is a greener method to traverse the world.